you need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of the AFL Queensland.
Sounds very staticky in my ears. Yeah, just. C2 and I'm C1.
You got C1, mate.
Oh, I got C1. Is that a little bit better in your ears?
A little bit, not still big crackly.
Okay.
Yeah, big crackly.
Yeah. We can turn it right down and then level up a little bit. And up and up.
That's probably a bit the best.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. And just, tell them to give it like a little bit if you've got the feed there.
Yeah.
Just monitor it a little bit and we can adjust on the go. All good to get going?
Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Totally Workwear Park out on the Bayside for Redland-Victoria Point taking on Labrador in round 18 of the TPIL Lawyers QAFL season. My name's Jack Fulham. Alongside me on the gantry this afternoon, my friend Kane Browning. Good afternoon, Kane.
Good afternoon, Jack. Pleasure to be here. First time we've had a hit out this year together, so this should be an absolute ball of fun. Should be a great game between these two. Obviously, the big highlight we're looking forward to, hopefully, Matty Hamilton kicking his 100th goal this afternoon. 3 to go for the big fella. Labrador coming off a loss against Silver Paradise last week. They didn't look great against Morningside the week before either. They need to try and get a scalp to try and secure a final spot in the last few weeks of the home and away season. But I tell you what, it's all about Redland today, and they can have an absolute belting at them.
there is not a park to be found within about a 500-metre radius around this ground, because everyone is down here today to see the hammer show. He needs 3 to top the ton. He's kicked no less than 4 in a game this year. So, well, unless something untoward happens, I'd say he's a $1.01 chance to get the job done this afternoon as the teams make their way out to their positions. Labrador, they sit 6th on the ladder, 8 wins, 7 losses. They're coming off a 36-point loss to Surface Paradise last time out. Last weekend, Redland-Victoria Point, they had the bye. They currently sit 4th on the ladder with 11 wins and 4 losses. We thank our umpires for today's action. Thanks to Bradman's Windows and Doors. As we are not too far away for a start here at Totally Workwear Park. What are you looking forward to seeing this afternoon, game?
Oh, look, highlights package for me, the Redland-Victoria Point. They've had some injuries throughout the year. The big fella Malone in the ruck, he's been a standout since he's come to the club a couple of years back. Great in the, missed out on a fair bit of footy with a serious knee injury, but it's hammer for me today. He could kick an absolute ton this afternoon. Hopefully he gets the 3 he needs early on in the piece, get out of the way early, and set up a chance for the Sharks to have a big win.
Let's get this one underway with Goldsmith and Malone doing the work in the middle. Malone won it down to Ashton, bollocking away in there, shot the handball through, and now the kick up towards half forward, went over the head of Callahan. Getting out the back there was Young, couldn't pick it up cleanly. Redland-Victoria Point have it through. Offermans goes in the Hamilman direction over his head. Hamilman tracking back towards goal, gathers, and he's kicked it. I think may have been touched on the line. Goal umpire signals a goal. Hamilman has his first, just 2 to go.
Well, that took, 45, 50 seconds? Get the first one on the board. Straight out of the middle of the ground, Malone in the ruck. Brown was looking dangerous at half forward as well for the Sharks. Labrador, no real defenders to be spoken of. Hamilman got out the back, just got it on the line, and the umpire, I think, made the right decision.
And how's the speed for a big man? Like, went over his head, he led the race, but he's gapped the defender and was able to put it through from the goal line. I think it'd be interesting if we had the arc here at local footy level, because it looked close to being touched on the line, but goal umpire, he knows the occasion, signals a goal.
Here we go. Malone in the ruck once again. Found a teammate on this broadcast side. Kicks to half forward. Not the best of kicks. Players come together. Good shirt front there. Play on to the umpire. Ball still rolling around here. Players dive on it. Give it to me, boys. I'm going to throw that one up.
So a lot of players around the footy at the moment. Just about every player bar 4 on the Redland-Victoria Point side of the ground as the handle came out. Missed Madden there, and Labrador have come up with it. Long kick inside the forward 50, working out the back there is Uglow. He'll gather on the bounce, set sail for home, and kick Labrador's first. So the Tigers get one out the back, and Bradley Uglow kicks the first of the afternoon for Labrador. Scores are tied. We've got 2 goals in the first 2 minutes of this one.
Well, it was good rebound footy there by Labrador. They've really struggled in the middle of the ground. Their midfield has been playing less than superb this season. They got the ball back across half back. It was a 1-on-1 inside attacking 50, and Uglow, great finish in the end. Brilliant start.
Goal for goal. What an exciting opening to this one. TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day. And if you're just joining us, Matt Hamilman he needs 3 today. He's already got 1. So just 2 remaining. Kane Browning, take it away.
Well, let's see the crowd run on. If you can manage to get the ton again. It was Redland. Malone tried to lay the tackle. Lee gets a handball away to a teammate. Lil Werner to half forward. Here's a chance for Manhattan. Chips the ball. Well done. Brilliant stuff by the Tigers. Looks like it's 8 and 5. Yes, it is.
A beautiful ball movement, and Manchindon could have blazed away from home from the top of the 50, found a leading 5, and it was a beautiful kick, hitting Lace out on the chest, and then go back to take the lead here.
Well, they did get outplayed against Morningside a couple of weeks back, but Manhattan was the one that really stood up. Small forward, good start. 8 and 5 needs to kick this one on the left, leans back. Guess what? Tigers got the lead. They've kicked 2 in a minute.
Very nice, easy kick of the football from 8 and 5. Led back on the kick as you said, Kane, but it was a nice, sweet strike of the football, and it can be a little bit blustery down here Totally Workwear Park. Sometimes it can make goal kicking a little bit tough, but this is an incredible start to the game. 3 minutes, 3 goals.
Well, it's definitely seems to be going right to left, so it is favouring the Sharks end in this first quarter. It's been well. Whoever wins the clearance seems to be kicking a goal every time they go inside attacking 50.
Malone and Goldsmith. Malone trying to take it out of the ruck, fumbled, but shot a handball out. That was a good handball from Patterson. Found Stallard, and now Aston to send the Sharks inside forward 50. Brown was working 2-on-1, made a contest there. The ball goes out of bounds by the throw-in. 25 metres out from the Sharks' goal, attacking the left of your screen in this first quarter. Trail by a goal. Redland-Victoria point, early stages. TPIL Lawyers QAFL game of the day. So Hellman to do the ruck work deep in the forward 50. Needs another 2 goals to top the ton. Goldsmith won the hit out down. Hamilman overran it. Still working away there, Hamilman. Pope picked it up, was dispossessed. And now Offermans from the pocket had a shot on goal. It's fading across the face for a minor score. Sharks 1-1-7, Labrador 2 straight. It's a 5-point margin, and they've played 5 minutes.
Well, it's a missed opportunity there by the Sharks. Hamilton pinching in the ruck against Goldsmith. This ball, it's not too bad. O'Sullivan taking the drop zone well. Good work. Tips the ball back in forward. That's okay to Mann. So a pretty good year, Mann, for the Sharks. Tips the ball back. They're just hanging on to the footy here. O'Sullivan again. They're kicking with the breeze. Little chicker over the top. Chapman. He moves out from goal. Just kicks it to the hot spot. Who's there for the Sharks? Goldsmith at the bottom of the pack. He gets out marked though. Down there in the back pocket. The Tigers come out of trouble.
So it was Miller. Miller set a task for 5. It was wrapped up. Could be holding the ball. It is.
And guess who?
So Matt Hamilman, the man that laid the tackle, will go back from 25 metres out directly in front to make it 99.
Well, it hasn't taken long.
Although I will say, if you have seen Hammer kick the footy this year, he has been a little bit wayward, which is incredible that he's on 99. He's probably kicked 40 or 50 points as well. He has been dominant. So Matt Hamilman to make it 2. Slow, methodical approach to goal. Struts in and has missed it. Out to the left-hand side, so he remains on 98. The Sharks 1-8. Labrador 2 straight. We played 60 minutes.
The commentator Curse has come out to play early
I
on.
was trying to reverse Mozzie.
No, exactly right. Well, Hammer, I'm more comfortable seeing him from about 60 out than 30 out. But anyway, play continues now. Here's another opportunity. Little word burning pass is okay. Chip around the corner on the right. There we go. That's better. Cooper Pell, number 16, coming out of the woodwork. Got the ball on the right foot. Snap around the corner. Too easy for the Sharks. It's almost a 7-point play.
Well, he's a young star, Cooper Pell. Premiership player. Last September for the Sharks. He's putting together a good year of footy. He gets his first of the afternoon, so they take the lead. The pressure around the ball has been up early, the Sharks.
Looks like Coach Moore was coaching from the boundary line, so he's just flicking the ball around. Pretty comfortable there. Very important for him to secure that top 4 spot last couple of rounds.
So Malone and Goldsmith. Sharks come out of the middle. Ball bounced in front of Housefield. Still there. Now the ball up 40 metres out. One plays around the footy here. Malone just took it out of the ruck, got a handball clear. And sitting under it there was Gardner. He was crunched, and Labrador get the kick out of danger. It bounced off the chest of Madden. He got a free kick for front on contact. So Madden, 55 metres from home. He could take on the man on the mark here, Jimmy Madden, because he is fleet-footed, and he's got the ruckman on the mark too, Goldsmith. So Madden, watch him line up. No, doesn't go for it, just decides to pop it to the top of the square. Out the back there was Pell couldn't mark, Hamilton lurking. The Tigers get a hold of it and just pump it to safety. Bounces just inside the boundary line. Clever little tackle by Manchindon. Couldn't get the ball back there. The ball up just inside the 50-metre arc for the Sharks.
Well, again, the forward pressure by the Sharks has been really good in this opening quarter, trying to lock that ball in. Labrador struggling to find avenues out. That kick's not too bad. Again, it's a one-on-one. O'Sullivan, has he got a bit of leg speed? Down to teammate there. That worked out okay. Jessen kicking to that outer side. Again, one-on-one. Could turn into a two-on-one. He's got support if he can find him. Well done to the Sharks. Bit of a mishandle. Adds the pressure onto the Sharks. Tigers end up with it. Looking for the likes of 8 and 5 down there. Ball getting pushed towards the boundary line. Trying to keep it in was Chapman. Gets tackled over the line. Boundary throwing about 50 out. It looks like, actually, it might be a free kick to Chapman. Yes, it is.
So Chapman, far side of Totally Workwear Park. And he signals long, and he will send it long. Down the line, in the Malone direction, who set himself in front. Goldsmith came over the back, couldn't complete the mark. And the ball's gone out of bounds. Redland appealing for a Lasso rule free kick. None forthcoming. So a throw in. It's the Sharks leading by 2 points. We've played 10 minutes on TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day. Goldsmith and Malone. This will be a good ruck battle. Malone tapped it down. All Labrador at the fold the ball. This is OD. He was tackled out of it. Ball close to that boundary line. OD still going. And eventually we'll have another stoppage.
Madden was very good on that outer side. Laid a solid tackle. That's where they've struggled this year, Labrador. When you have Goldsmith in the ruck, it's very hard to find a tall target inside tackling 50. 8 and 5's got plenty of work to do down there this afternoon. Ball gets thrown back in. Malone, Goldsmith again, just works his way into the game. Kicks around the corner. It was a 3-on-2. Great effort there. And Jessen on the last line takes a solid mark. Kicks to the outer side. Back in board, works out okay. That's to Pope. Pope, again, just straight down the line to Madden. Now where's he going? Now the umpire's found a 50. Encroaching in on the space by the looks of it. On that outer side.
Yeah, a little bit, as the man running past, a little bit stiff because he wasn't looking at putting any pressure on the man taking the kick. So Redland, they play on. Pope got the handle from Madden and was run down straight away. So Jimmy Madden just selling his man down the river. Out the back is 5 for Labrador. He's got it on the edge of 50. He'll have to have a shot here because he's got nothing on. He fires from range and kicks the goal. 8 and 5. What a goal! Got 2 to start his day. And the Tigers take the lead. 3 straight 18. The Sharks 2-2-14. Played almost 12 minutes.
Well, we were talking about pre-game. Who are the guys to look out for? And 8 and 5 was basically on the top of my list. He's an absolute mega talent. He's played so consistently this year, played a lot of different roles, trying to help his team out. But 8 and 5 from, 50, close to the boundary line on the left. I mean, just absolutely brilliant.
A hell of a kick, and he had to go for it because he had nothing on inside the forward 50. And laced it, so he started his day in hot form. And this has been an exciting start, Kane.
No, this has probably been the best start I've seen from Labrador this year. Goldsmith and Malone back in the ruck, straight down the throat of the teammate who recently gets tackled. On that occasion, it was Miller. So Malone and Goldsmith go at it again. Little chip tap around the corner, worked out okay. Kick to half forward. This guy was the hero a couple of years ago. Kicking a 60-metre bomb. Practically on the side to get him into the grand final with Dylan Smith looking for Hamilton. Gets pushed over the boundary line.
You see that Labrador defence just all folding back in front of Matt Hamilton. You know that he's going to be prominent. And, well, the Sharks on the best of days without a milestone looming always look forward. Today,
it takes some bravery to stand in front of Hamilton too. Look out if you're in that hole.
Comes back in. Sharks into attack. Doing the ruck network was Gardner, who picked it up and then just kicked it straight up the chimney. Hamilton there, it kind of veers away from him in the air. Gisu was working. There's a free kick being picked out. It is going Redland's way. to Raf Gisu. He'll take it 15 metres out, just to the right of the sticks. It should be no problem for Raf to put through the Sharks third.
Well, you look at this man right here this season. His highlight reel would be a pleasure to watch, Gisu. Small, low to the ground, but I tell you what, when he gets his hands on the footy, good luck trying to tackle him.
So in comes Raf, and he's pushed it to the left-hand side. He didn't like it off the boot. So early kicking early from the Sharks against a couple of gettable ones. They're 2-3-15. The Tigers 3 straight and trail by 3 points.
Well, here's another opportunity for the Tigers to come out trouble. That's not a bad kick. That's a 65-metre bomb out of the defence. Gets out the back. O'Sullivan puts his body on the line. Well done. That ball's not going anywhere. Goldsmith looks like he's pushing up forward now, so Malone probably going to dominate the ruck space for a little while. Heads towards the likes of Fife and Goldsmith, and again, this man here, he's decent. He's taken 3 contested marks in defence already, Chapman. Because we see how this broadcast side works out okay to Hunton, another premiership player. Kicks down the line, who's there for the Sharks? Good kick, Smith. I'm not sure where it goes. So a spare man in the middle of the ground decides to go down the line. We're burning past. Gets out the back. Here's a chance for the Sharks. Off hands. Gets pushed towards everyone. Boundary throwing. Left forward pocket for the Sharks.
So once again, coming to go in that Hamilton direction. The Sharks. But plenty of stoppages in their forward 50. 15 and a half minutes in. So back into play. Gardner's there. Here's Gisu lurking at ground level. Handball forward. Gisu still going. And eventually the Tigers get out of danger from Hayden. But it's coming back. Scotty Moore's mark. 55 from home. He chips short to the edge of the arc. Hanging on there was Hunkin, who got the ball back in a 1-2 and then was tackled strongly by Lewis Deegan, the late inclusion. That's holding the footy. Oh, it'll be a ball up. I thought he had enough opportunity. Umpire said no. So Gardner does the ruck work. Powell working at ground level. Can't work it free because it's winning in the contest. Getting a kick there was Offerman. Coughed it up, and now Manchester has it for the Tigers. Could have been taken hard by Chapman. No, it'll be holding the ball. So Manchester ducked the head, was wrapped up around the neck by Chapman. Umpire said you ducked, and therefore, they've foregone your rights to a high tackle. And Jake Chapman doesn't kick many goals. We'll have to kick this one from 45, 50 metres out. Well, he's low to the ground man's hand, but I'll tell you what, if he's ducking, then he just did a forward somersault there. Chapman with an opportunity to kick another goal. So Chapman, kick from range, directly in front of it. It's off the side of the boot. It won't even make the distance. And has been marked around 10 metres out there by Young. And the Tigers out of danger. Young, another brilliant kick out from full back. That's 50. So it's causing them a few issues, this Manchester. Yes. Very agile, very low to the ground, but very good handling. He's tucked in the hole, well done. Gets absolutely poleaxed for his trouble as well. Down there, looks like it was Gardner. Gardner chips the ball out. Actually, it was Procross down there. He had that solid contact. Hunkin gets down the line to a Sullivan on that outer side. Time ticking away here. Labrador's still got the lead by 3 points. Chips the ball over the top. Here's Gardner. Chips again down the line. Great mark there. Outstretched hands. Absolutely brilliant. Got to move the ball quickly though. Hamilton decides to come back and board to O'Sullivan. They've got some room to move if they want to work with some speed. Looking for a handball to Chapman. Looking for the 1-2. Chapman gets on the right. Who's there for the Sharks? Malone gets out the back. It's all Labrador. Handball over the top. Now this is the question. Where do they go from here? There is no one in front of them. Got to work their way through handball. Aiden follow from this broadcast side. Handball's back in board. Gets the 1-2. Here's an opportunity. Can he kick another goal from 50?
decides to handball it off. Surrounded by Sharks though, gives it up unfortunately. Good tackle laid, play on set the umpire. Here's an opportunity for Offermans to come out throw it, kicks to the outer side, found a teammate, and looks like it's Patterson.
Patterson goes further afield to Chapman. Chapman toes it up the line looking for Callahan, has him. But they're just behind halfway, outer side wing here at Totally Workwear Park. And Callahan looking inboard, will retreat back to the edge of the defensive 50 to Patterson. And they're going to go via the cape here. This is Jessen, he kicks wide. Aston's found some space. The ball sat up for him. He had to go to it, did. And now handballs it off to Pope. Pope through the middle of the ground, back to Aston. Aston linking up with Malone, back to Pope. Pope from the edge of 50, has Hamilman on the lead. And Hamilman, well, he was hit as he went to take the mark front on. He'll get the free kick, and Hamilman can go back for 99 from around 40 metres out. Just slight angle.
Geez, the ball used there through the middle of the ground was absolutely brilliant. It had to be 100% precise with the handball chain. And in the end, great vision, hit Hamilman on the chest. And the last thing we need is a concussion protocol for the big fella Matty Hamilman looking to kick 100 goals this afternoon.
Well, that was Alex Pope. For a second there, I thought he was going to have a shot. Opted to go to Hamilman. So in comes the big man for goal number 99. The finger went up straight away. He's got it. Just one more to go for Matty Hamilman. As the crowd here gets on the edge of their seats, they start getting up, ready to jump the fence.
Well, you'd have to allow him to jump the fence, surely. It doesn't happen that often.
I don't think there's enough security here to stop him.
Mind you, when you talk about a bloke like Matty Hamilton that seems to kick bags of 100 goals a season for the last probably 4 or 5 years, it's pretty, it's not a rare occurrence, and he's one to go. And again, brilliant vision, beautiful handball chain through the middle of the ground. And Hamilman, in the end, way too good.
I'll tell you what, after we saw 3 goals in the first 3 minutes, it's taken 17 to get our next 3. So, the scoring just dried up a little.
Well, it's Goldsmith and Malone. When's it going to happen for the big hammer man? Keep an eye on that. They looking to get the clearance. Here's Aston. Chips the ball towards half forwards. A 2-on-1. Still rolling around the ground there. Umpire's found a free kick. It's going to go to the Tigers. No advantage paid. So it's going to go back to half back. Chips the ball down the line on that occasion. Who we got there? Miller, the vice captain, found a teammate, which is going to work out okay. Van Anden trying to play the rover. That gets punched clear over the boundary line. Straight into the fence work over there. Boundary throwing about 75 out from the Tigers' goal. Sharks got the lead back, 3-3-21 to 3 straight 18. Tick under 22 minutes played, opening quarter. Setting it up for a very juicy contest. Malone out of the ruck against Goldsmith. Kick around the corner from the Tigers, though, could work for them. Sharks pounced. Great effort there. Offermans to Hunkin. That handball got intercepted, though. Play on said the umpire. Ball still rolling around. Here's a chance for the Tigers. Looking for 8 and 5 down there. Can't find him. And coming back with a fly of the ball, Dylan Smith, playing defender.
So Dylan Smith, who's been prominent at both ends, now in the back half, putting together some good form. Kicking outrageous goal in the grand final last year. So he looks across his defensive 50. That's a good kick. Chapman, a little bit of room on the outer side. And now the lead up. This is Callahan. Callahan goes back over the mark and pumps it long down the line. Malone front position and strong hands, the big man. So kick and a half from home. Craig Malone. Hamilman will be the target. Malone pops it high up and under. Hamilman, can he get a clean run and jump at the footy? He can't. And Miller came across to two-fisted across the line while the throw in 30 metres out.
Well, that's the thing. He's got 3 blokes around him every time the ball goes in there. Reece Nichols was lining up on him there, which seems for me to be a bit of a mismatch. I reckon Young's the one to go to him, but he's playing the spare in defence. So this should be interesting. Malone, Goldsmith again. Here's Jisoo. Couldn't handle the ball on that occasion. Tigers coming out of trouble once again. They're set up well in defence, though, the Sharks. Good contest. Ball comes to ground. Big fella. Can't get the handle on it. Kicks down the line. Where's Hamilton? There he is playing in front. Great spoil again. Straight down the throat of Goldsmith. They've got to handle the ball well here. The 1-2 chain in handball. Not going to go very far. They found a teammate close by on that outer side. Ball back in towards Goldsmith. He gets called to play on. Now they're trying to go through handball through the middle of the ground. That little chip kick's going to work out okay. Goldsmith a little bit puffed out in this broadcast side through Young. Kind of slow the play down here. Found a teammate on that outer side. They've got that switch going okay in these early stages. Chip kick down the lines worked out okay as well. They've got a bit of room to move here. Hunkin trying to defend. Again, looking for that out-and-out ball. Inside taking 50. Can't find the teammate. Instead, Lewis Deegan. The late change. Zach Marshall came out. That's why Goldsmith's pinching in the ruck, doing a lot of ruck work today.
So it was a lasso rule that just crossed outside the 50-metre arc as the Sharks come across goal. This is Jessen, who's been prominent early. That's a good kick up to the wing. Hambleton just tapped it on. That was clever by Hambleton. Gisu picked it up. Had Smith on the flyby. Goes in the Hamilton direction. Forced to sit there, and coming across was Nichols to knock it out of bounds. And his teammates come around and say, well done, son. Throw in 15 metres out from the Sharks' goal. And Hamilton just needs one. We've played 25 minutes in this first quarter. Sharks leading by 3 points. It's been an entertaining start to the afternoon. Coming down to do the ruck work is Gardner against Goldsmith, who got front position. Goldsmith just punched it towards the boundary line. Gisu gathered, kicks it into the hot spot. That's a poor kick, and it's cut off by Bailey Brown. So the Tigers get out of danger. Brown's got a couple of runners on this far side. They're going to link up by hand. Miller forced to backtrack, and he does so. Finds Young. So Young chips it forward. Being slow and steady as they go back to Young, who had to evade the tackle there of Housefield. Did so with a plum, and then hands it off. They'll bomb it long down the line, and that's a poor kick. Malone, the only man there.
You could see it coming from a mile away. Malone was just drifting across. The only way they could go, unfortunately, got cut off there. It was Jessen again. He's taken a number of marks in this first quarter. Back to Malone. Chip ball to Hunkin. They're just holding on to the footy at the moment. Not going too quickly. Jessen again. Chapman's a little bit closer. Middle of the ground. Right at centre half back. When's it coming? When's it coming? Everyone's looking at Matty Hamilton. At the moment, it's a centre half back though for the Sharks. Not the best of kicks. Could work out okay. Miller trying to break the tackle. Gets run down. Hamilton. Can't get clean possession. Handball towards the boundary line. Kept in somehow by the Tigers. Great smother there. They're still trying to get out of trouble here, the Tigers. Chapman trying to cut that one off. Breaks the tackle. Just managed to get a handball away. Play on, said the umpire. Here's a chance for the Tigers to go into attack. Man, hand again. Found a teammate. Uglo. Uglo tips the ball. Looking to come off the ground. Aiden Fogg's going to come back on. We're going to have a shot, probably, I'd say. Look.
Some great contest work there by the Tigers on this centre wing area. Ball was in dispute for quite a while, but they kept the tackle pressure up, managed to work it forward. And mentioned them with a spot up to Rook.
Rook now. Wilma Wilson Grange. That kicks from 50. Oh, gee whiz. Look at that for a goal. And what does he get for his trouble? He gets a well-earned rest on the bench. Well done.
Lockie Rook, it's a tough pocket to kick goals from. And he just sat it up there. And there's a nice little draw. And right through the middle. Labrador, 4 goals straight. Sharks 23-21. Back out to a 3-point lead, the Tigers. Taking it right up to the reigning Predators.
Offerman's coming back on the ground for the Sharks.
Been good in the VFL for the Lions VFL team, Charlie Offermans.
Yes, he has. He had a pretty good year, but he's back at club level, QAFL level. It'll be a major in for them come finals time.
Malone and Goldsmith doing the work. Oh, Malone took it out of the ruck, kicked it long inside forward 50. Good spoil there by Alex 5. Patterson fumbling, couldn't get a clean disposal. Comes out the back, Offerman's the quick hands were good. Gisu, no, it's Brown, who bobbled it up to himself, went across goal. Hamilman has the mark, had to play on, put it on the boot, snap on goal! It's not it. It's not it, he's got 2 goals too, and that one wasn't far away. The Sharks 3-4-22, Tigers 4 straight. 2-point margin, 29 minutes played. TPIL Warriors match of the day.
Geez, Brown was looking for him, wasn't he? He's one of his best mates down there. There could plenty of goals between them, those two, and Brown and Hamilman. Labrador get a reprieve again. That ball back in board works out okay. Not the best of kicks. Good pressure there from the Sharks. Now they can go back into attack. Can they handle it well? Malone's around the mark. Look out for him. Tigers again still trying to come out of trouble through Hayden. The ball's not going anywhere though. We're probably about 90 metres out from the Sharks' goal. And Hamilman's still got 2 players. One in front, one behind. And Nichols and Young. Straight away it heads towards him. Hamilman could have been held. Young played the front roll well. Hamilman lays a tackle. They could be holding the ball. No, it's not. Out of bounds, right forward pocket. You can feel the tension rising. All on Hamilman watch. How is he going to get it done? Snap around the corner. Is he going to take a contested mark? Is he going to lay a solid tackle? Who knows? Time will tell. Ball's about to get thrown back in.
Gardner, the ruckman could get a hand on it. Siren sounds. In a quarter time, the Tigers made the fast start. They lead by 2 points. They're 4 straight 24. The Sharks 3-4-22. Matt Hamilman kicked 2 goals in that opening quarter to take his tally for the season to 9.
You need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of AFL Queensland.
AFL Nines, it's footy for best mates looking to be teammates.
Cardio fiends after a bit of competition.
Legends of the game, looking at making a comeback.
It's footy for when your week's pretty cooked. Or for fitting it in between classes.
It's footy!
It's footy.
It's footy!
It's footy for me. Okay, let's give them 60 minutes of skills, fitness and fun. And let's not forget about connection. We're talking safe, inclusive and modified rules, perfect for newcomers. Okay, super kick on 3.
1, 2, 3, super kick! Woo! Yeah!
Super fun, super safe, super inclusive. Super kick. Tailor-made for 7 to 12-year-olds.
Football club is very, very important in this community. Without it, there's not much else to do in such a small town.
I do believe that there's so much more to sport than just winning.
If my story says anything, it's that you don't need the experience, having the passion and having the want to see the young girls excel.
It's also, to me, a chance to give back to the community.
To find your more, visit play.afl/more to footy.
It's not just an Australian sport. There's a lot of countries that come over and create a home here that can also join in and play the sport to the fullest potential.
All the advice that you get given, it's really inspiring.
Being part of a football team is more than just a game. It's like a family.
To find your more.
Welcome back to Totally Workwear Park for the second quarter of TPIL Lawyers QAFL action. At quarter time, it's the Labrador Tigers holding a 2-point lead over the home side, Redland-Victoria Point. The big story of the day is Matt Hamilton came into the day needing 3 goals to top the ton. He's got 2 in the first quarter to take him to 99 goals for the season. My name's Jack Fulham, alongside me is Kane Browning, and an entertaining first half of footy game.
Oh, wasn't what, Jack? I mean, plenty of goals kicked between the two sides, but it's all about Hamilton again as Malone and Goldsmith go at it once more. Looking for Aston, couldn't find him. Malone still at the back of this pack. Give it to me, boys. I'm going to throw that one up. Hamilton's had 3 blokes in front of him all afternoon. Very Hamilton-centric, but surprise, surprise, he's just about guaranteed to kick the ton at some point this afternoon. Good body work there from the Tigers. Again, the ball's not going anywhere on that outer side wing. Just quickly, 8 and 5 kicked a couple in the first quarter. Rook and Uglo goals for Labrador, and on the other side, Hamilton and Cooper Pell with the goals. As that ball's going inside 50, Mantan had a pretty good start to the day. Can't handle that one though, unfortunately. Again, the pressure comes from the Tigers. Offerman's with the handball off to O'Sullivan. Chip kick towards Malone. Works out okay. Now they've got a little bit of an overlap going. Number 77 in Callahan couldn't handle the ball. Could be given the free kick though. Yes, he is. On the man. Decides to move the ball quickly. Not quite sure where he was going with that. Still ball rolling around in the middle of the ground. Trying to be a little bit cute. Dylan Smith found a teammate on that outer side. Now they've got some room to go into attack. Still trying to handle onto it. Dylan Smith again gets the 1-2. Chip kick to the pocket. Hamilton! Here we go. The crowd's trying to get out to that outer side. Looks like a really good kick from there though. But if anyone's going to kick it, it's going to be Hamilton.
So Matt Hamilton, he loves it from there. So this is going to be a beauty. 45 out on the boundary line.
Hamilton, could this be the ton for the season? Goes back on the right. That's coming back. Oh, just off line. He's kicked 2 goals, 3 already this afternoon.
Well, they were climbing the fence in that left-hand forward pocket. Not to be. The weight goes on. The Sharks, 3-5-23. The Tigers, 4 straight. Looking forward to 1-point margin. Jeston got up there, couldn't take the mark. Ball comes back to Madden around the corner. That's a poor kick. It's cut off there by Thune. So Tom Thune retreats even further into the back 50 as they go across goal. So the Tigers being methodical with it here with Robinson. Chipped it up to find Brady Simpson. So Simpson into the pocket to Young. Back to where they started, the Tigers. Young has a man on up the line as Brown. Opts not to use him, goes further afield in the Goldsmith direction. Malone came in, made contact with Goldsmith, who'll get a free kick. They'll push out, so Malone just got his timing wrong there. And Goldsmith right in front of our commentary gantry to take the free kick. Comes inboard to Simpson. So Simpson at halfback.
Simpson, straight across. It's half back. Miller. He's an okay start. The one for me is Lee. Here's a chance. Kick around the corner. What a play! Hosfeld. Geez, guarding space. Made the right decision. Came across. Intercepted the ball, go on the right foot, snap around the corner from about 20 out. Well done.
Well, that's everything you want out of your small forward. Tyler Housefeld just came up, put the front pressure on, got the smother, and then the finish was clinical as well. Going around the body, so it's a curl around right through the middle.
Absolutely brilliant from Hosfeld. He has the ability, he's got a bit of X factor about him. He can jump on a bloke's head, he can kick goals from anywhere, and playing that half forward role definitely suits him. But again, the one I'm looking at is Lee in the middle of the ground. He might be off the ground for a little bit of a rest. He's barely touched the ball at all this afternoon.
So Malone got it down. Kick comes inside forward 50 in the Pell direction. He got front hands, couldn't take it. Brown was there. Labrador trying to work it free there through Hayden. And here is Hayden. He comes wide across the ground. That's a poor kick. It was a 2-on-1 contest. Smith will get the free kick. Was being held in the marking contest. So Dylan Smith can send the Sharks back inside forward 50. Hamilman's there in the pocket. Probably too far for Smith to get. Hamilman makes his lead now, comes up, and has a couple of players dropping in the hole in front of him, and Labrador have it.
Well, Nichols did well again. He got a bit burnt on the lead there. Hamilman, such a big man, but off the mark that first 10 metres. He's one of the quickest blokes in the competition. Kick up the line, could be cut off, gets almost clotheslined in mid-air. Umpire says no free kick.
It was Callahan there. Had to be brave, but they were both going for the footy. Yeah, wore one almost around the chops.
But again, the forward pressure's been pretty good from the Sharks. Trying to turn the ball over at every opportunity. Hamilman's got Nichols and Young surrounding him at the moment. It's Goldsmith and Malone. Goldsmith probably won the tap out on that occasion. Players dive on it. What's going to happen here? No free kick to either side. We're about 52 metres out from the Sharks' goal. Ball back in the middle. Malone won the tap out, tried to get the handball away. Again, ball still getting locked up. Right on the 50-metre mark. It looks like it was Shepherd at the bottom of that pack for the Sharks.
Everyone seems to know where the ball is going. It's tapped down by Malone. Good hands there in the contest by Sullivan. Tigers work it free. This is Uglo on the outer side. Can he keep it in play? He had Prokos for company. Still going Uglo. Had to battle against three. The numbers won out for the Sharks in the end. O'Sullivan chips it up the line. And that's a good kick. Finds the man out there in Dylan Smith. So Smith, who's been everywhere in the first quarter and a bit, chips forward. Barely the required to Aston. Smith ran on to get the handball. Now O'Sullivan chips it inside forward 50. Hamilman got up there. Couldn't take the mark. Brown working in there. Brown bobbed up to his feet, had the shot on goal. Hamilman running back. Couldn't get a hand on it. Go through for another minus score as the crowd let out a bit of an ooh and an ah. And the margin out to 6 points came down.
Well, Lee takes the mark on the boundary. Probably one of his first touches this afternoon. But how quickly did Hamilman get back almost at the drop of that ball? Again, we just talked about it. His speed is absolutely ridiculous for a man his size. That little worm-burning kick, not great, but Aston's given away the free kick. It's gone to Foon. Foon to the outer side. Again, slow ball movement here. They've set up pretty well down the line. Kicks it over the head of Malone. That's worked out very well. So Sullivan there for the Tigers. Kicking towards, looking for 8 and 5. He's already kicked a couple. He kicks the ball off the ground. Here's a foot race. Just gets pushed through, does it? No, it's still in. Would you believe it? 8 and 5 on the boundary. Kicks around the corner and just... He almost kicked that goal as well. 8 and 5. Just missing. Minor score. 4-6-30. The Sharks leading the Tigers. 4-1-25. That's the first miss for the Tigers all afternoon.
Jimmy Madden brings it into Pope. Pope had his kick smothered. He's Manchindon picked the footy up and then was ripped off. It could have been holding the ball. Umpire played play on. Pope went back in the Prokos direction. Fife is lurking there with Jessen. Jessen did well to gather and then put it on the boot. It was a scrubber of a kick towards the defensive 50. Smith picked it up. That was clean. Got on his right boot and kicked it towards centre wing. Oh, big fly by Malone. Got up there and then bobbed to his feet, kicked it forward to Hambledon, and now Aston down the other side, puts it inboard to Brown. Brown goes in the guess-who direction, was being held, no free kick, taps it on, gathers Hamilman. Is this it? It's not. 2 goals, 4 for Matt Hamilman. Stop teasing us, Matty.
Oh, geez, he's surrounded by a pack of Tigers. They won't give him any room whatsoever. Will the visitors? That ball gets kicked out from full back. Again, straight down the throat of Smith. Now he looks up. You got Nichols versus Hamilman. That kick's okay across this broadcast side. Hamilman not moving very much at all. He must be absolutely spent. They've kicked it over his head. He's kicked that about 70 metres. Ball goes to the line. Again, surrounded by Tigers. And on that occasion, it looks like it was Pell again. Ball gets pushed through, minor score.
Well, I think once Hamilman does get the ton, the Sharks will kick away with this game because they're so focused on getting in there that they're leaving quite a bit of scoring out there. So the kick comes out towards the outer side flank. Smith took it off hands and then bobbed it forward. Hambleton tried to keep it in. I don't think he did. It'll be a lasso rule-free kick going the way of the Tigers. This is Cooper Glass to bring it in. So plenty of excitement. Hamilman, 2 goals for. He's had a couple of opportunities in this second quarter. Hasn't been able to capitalise. So on the far side is Matt Lee. Goes inboard with a short kick. Hayden. He kicks forward to OD. They're just behind centre. OD had Hayden running on. Lee, and now they link up through the middle, and Uglow's found some space out the back, got hands on it, gathered at ground level, bobbled it towards goal and kicked it. Bradley Uglow has his second of the afternoon, and the Tigers kick their 5th. So they're 4-8-32, the Sharks. The Tigers 5-1-31. And they just find a way to keep in touch with Uglow getting out the back. That's the second time he's done that this afternoon.
Well, Uglow, again, he's a bit of a bigger body. He definitely provides some support down there that the likes of Aidan Fife has been really missing this season. That extra big body. When Goldsmith is in the ruck, they need an extra big man down there to offer some support. And Uglow's had a brilliant start to this game. He kicked a couple of goals, and again, we're back on Matty Hamilman watch, but I tell you what, the Tigers, this is one of the best games I've seen all year by them.
It'll be interesting to see if Jessen makes the adjustment here, because Uglow's got him out the back a couple of times, with Jessen playing well in front. So the Sharks are in the middle. Scotty Miller can get a clean disposal. Miller for the Tigers in there. Big pack of players forms on top of the footy. Umpire allowed him to play on. Eventually the kick comes forward. 5. Ball overran him. Jessen going back there to pick it up. Handballed it in the O'Sullivan direction. Missed him. O'Sullivan had company there. There was Hunkin. And Hunkin comes across to find a man there in Madden, who kicks it long to the outer side. That's a beautiful kick. Found Dylan Smith there. Linking up down the outer side. Powell has found some space out the back. Goes in the Hamilman direction. Hamilman out the back. Got it! Matt Hamilman's taken the mark. It's either a mark or front on contact. And Matt Hamilman from close to the boundary in this right-hand forward pocket. Is this finally going to be it? For goal 100. The crowd put their hands on the picket fence. The kids are already up. He runs around with the outside of the boot. Matt Hamilman tops the ton.
And look at him
the
come.
Crowd has come from everywhere to celebrate with the big man. He's done it again, Matt Hamilman. 100 goals in season 2026 with 2 games to spare, if you don't mind. What a moment for QAFL football, and what a player he's been.
Well, he just went past the 500 goal mark, which is a massive achievement by the big fella. But I tell you what, you could see that that ball was written all over Hamilman there. Perfectly set up. He had a couple of opponents with Nichols and Young trying to close the space. Got out the back, juggled the mark, just managed to keep it inside the boundary line. Umpire said, you know what, I'm going to pay that. Played on quickly, around the corner, on the left, check side on the right. Just absolutely brilliant. Congratulations to Matty Hamilman.
And Reece Nichols doing everything he possibly could. And a nice little piece of sportsmanship as Nichols comes up to Hamilman, gives him a little pat on the backside and says, well done, big fella. 100 goals. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's the 4th time he's got to 100 goals in the QAFL. What a start. And what a moment to be a part of. I'm very proud to come down here and be a part of this.
Absolutely brilliant by Matty Hamilman. I had the pleasure of doing that a couple of seasons ago. I know the feeling. Absolutely brilliant. Gisu trying to get the ball to Offermans out of the middle of the ground. Hamilman's around the mark again. Can't get to him though. And the Tigers close off the space. Intercept that ball pretty well. 5-8-38, 7 points the margin. We've lost track of the actual scoreboard. We've been too focused on Hamilman. As Smith punches that ball over the boundary line. About 60 out from the Sharks guy. 7 points the margin, would you believe, ladies and gentlemen. And it's all on the line here. The Tigers doing well, but the Sharks just starting to push their dominance in this second quarter.
So 7-point margin, 14 and a half minutes played, as the crowd very orderly, running on and then running straight back off, and the game was only delayed for about a minute, so great to see. Good sense of the occasion from the crowd here at Totally Workwear Park. So we've got a ball up on the point of the square at half-back for the Tigers. Miller got the clearance, kicked it inside forward 50. Going back there with the flight of it was Riddle, couldn't get a hand on it. Ball goes out of bounds next to the left-hand behind post. And a throw in, Sharks deep in attack.
Well, I think the relief will be all for the big fella, Matty Owen. He's gone, right, I got that out of the way. I've missed a few as well. He's had another 6 or 7 shots at goal. We're not even at half-time yet. He might have 15 or 20 shots at goal this afternoon. The
3
big fella.
goals, 4 already.
As the ball's about to get thrown back in, left forward pocket for the Sharks. Looks like Hamilman's decided to go into the rug against Goldsmith. Goldsmith got the tap, found a teammate, instantly claimed that. Ball's not going anywhere. So we're directly in front, about 25 out from goal. Watch for Hamilman just to take this out of the ruck and get the snap on. Doesn't on that occasion. Someone got the snap on though. Ends up in the hands of Young. Found a teammate over the back of a bunch of Sharks. Bailey Brown on that occasion. Brown found a teammate out wide. Pleading for the 50-metre penalty. That wasn't coming. Back in board. That works out okay. This is Lachlan Rook. He's kicked a goal this afternoon from the boundary on this broadcast side. Oh. Missed the handball with Lee, but he had some time. Foon to this near side. Riddle needs to get into the game. Riddle, he's got plenty of talent. He can kick a goal or two. This is Joshua Hall, probably his first touch of the afternoon. Kicks down the line. Look at the amount of plays around this ball. What a mark! 8 and 5. Well done.
Oh, flew in from the side. It was a ripper mark. And looked like he wasn't going to get near it, but just closed at the last second and come bounding in from the side. That's a ripper mark, 8 and 5. He's playing a lone hand up forward for the Tigers at the moment.
And unfortunately, it's been the case all season long. They just haven't had the firepower inside attacking 50 to help him out too much. 8 and 5 now. Took a great mark. Can he lean back and get a great goal? It's coming back beautifully. Look at that. Well done, 8 and 5. He's kicked 3. And the Tigers come back. It's a 1-point margin in favour of the home side. Would not have been thinking that going into half-time pre-game.
Well, every time it looks like the Sharks are about to blow this game wide open, the Tigers, from limited forward 50 entries, find a way to hit back, and they've been accurate in front of goal. It's 13 scoring shots to 7, but only 1 point on the scoreboard. So the Sharks, as we tick over 17 and a half minutes. It's been a good start to this one. TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day. Malone and Goldsmith. 2 big men going back at it. Malone won the tap. Here's Aston again. What a season he's having, Campbell Aston. Clever tap on by Malone. Offermans broke through the tackle, but at his handball intercepted by Goldsmith, who put it on the boot inside forward 50. Manchester did well. Tapped it to the advantage of 5. 5 with the handball to Hall. Hall has a shot around the body on goal. Missed narrowly to the left-hand side. That was good play by the Tigers.
Well, man's hand again. Just when the ball hits the ground level, he's really smart with footy in hand. Didn't even take possession. Found a teammate. Unfortunately, Hall just couldn't finish off the good work. It's an interesting matchup between Manshand and Chapman this afternoon. That's over the head of Aston, but he gets it back. That was Gisu with the handball. Kick to half forward, trying to keep it in. Just inside attacking 50, so that's going to be a boundary throw-in. Right on the line. That was Shepherd with a kick towards the boundary line. Couldn't find a teammate. Boundary throw-in about 49 metres out from the Sharks' goal. Malone and Goldsmith. It's been a juicy contest between these two today. Malone plays the front spot. Shepherd's around the mark. Can't lay the tackle. Gisu gets pushed off the footy. Probably a little bit too easy on that occasion. The Sharks win it back. They kick back inside attacking 50. Really to no one. And it's the Tigers again. Their defence has held up pretty well considering the amount of times the ball has gone in there. That could be holding the man. Yes, it is. It's actually over the shoulder. So free kick to the Tigers, and they'll try and go back into attack.
So dangerous kick in board, but it comes off. Hayden's taken the mark. Centre wing, outer side. He had a man in board there in Sullivan. Opted not to use him. Called to move it on. And Sullivan runs close to the boundary line and eventually gets the mark. So Tigers just trying to work their way forward. Sullivan finds Simpson. Now Simpson to a leading 5 who's taken it on his chest close to the boundary, just outside the 50. Might be beyond his range as he wheels around and then beats the man on the mark and gets on that right boot. It's a thumping kick. He's got the range. Hayden Fight. That is brilliant. Goal number 4. What an afternoon Hayden Fife is having at Totally Workwear Park. Well, we came here to see Hamilman, but we are getting Fife and plenty of him.
Well, between the two of them, I mean, Aiden Fife, that's smaller stature, but I tell you what, he's a booming kick for goal. And the amount of times I've seen him do that in the last couple of years, probably last 2 or 3 seasons to be fair, has been ridiculous. But I tell you what, the moment he got that footy, I said, well, he's probably going to be within range. But the contact he made was just pure off the boot, straight over the goal umpire's head from about 55 out. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, if the netting wasn't there behind the goals, that probably would have gone 60, 65 on the fly. That was a thumping kick.
And that's why you don't park behind the goals at any ground in Queensland. You just find a car park away from the goal square. Ball back in the middle. Looks like it's going to be a free kick. It's going to go to the Tigers. Lee was being held. He's come back into this game a little bit. For some reason, that was play on. Back to Lee. Up and under kick. Fifes around the mark again. Plays in front. Got a handball away. That was brilliant. Here's a chance for Goldsmith. On the right foot. Brings it around the corner. That could be holding the man. No, said the man in green. Nothing to see here. Minor score. Tigers, 7-3-45. Got the lead by 7 points. 5-8-38. The Redland-Victoria Point Sharks. Tick under 22 minutes played. O'Sullivan up the line, just over the outstretched hands of a teammate. The Tigers playing well with that spare man. Young's had a pretty good game so far. That kick in the middle of the ground is brilliant. Here's a chance for the Tigers. Going back into attack. Goldsmith on the lead. Well done.
That was a beautiful kick through the middle of the ground. All of about 50 metres to find Goldsmith on the lead. Good hands from the big man.
Well, between Jane Young, Tommy Miller, and then Goldsmith on the lead. That's what they get when he plays forward. Unfortunately, he's had to play a fair bit pinching in the ruck for most of the season, Goldsmith. We haven't seen enough of that this season.
I don't understand why you just don't find another ruckman, because Malone's going to beat you in the ruck. It doesn't, like, unless you're an A-grade ruck, he's probably going to beat you. Goldsmith now, right on his range. No way. Look at that. They're kicking straight this afternoon, the Tigers. 8-3-51. They've stretched that lead. Redland, Victoria Point, might be in a little bit of shock after the Hamilman ton. They've gone to sleep in the last couple of minutes. 5-8-38. And we took just over 23 minutes, second quarter. TPIL, round 18, QAFL action. And it's getting lively up here in the box. Wow. Beautiful kick off the boot. This is the first time I've seen Goldsmith this season, and now that is an impressive finish. And he's been good with his work around the ground. Obviously, going up against Malone's always a tough task, but he's at least try to break even. So staying down forward, Goldsmith. In the ruck for the Tigers is Coombs, Riley Coombs. Go up against Malone. Malone wins the tap down. OD. Burst out of the middle, got on the right boot, sent it forward towards Fife. Fife one-on-one against Madden. Madden did well enough. And then got a handball to Hunkin, who had his handball affected. Hunkin thunders up to lay the tackle, and we'll have a ball up on the point of the square at half forward for Labrador. And it's outer side of Totally Workwear Park. If you are just tuning in, you've missed the big moment. Matt Hamilman kicked his 100th goal about 5 minutes ago, or maybe 10 now. So the Sharks down the outer side. Long kick up towards half forward. Here is Hamilman with a couple in front of him, and that's a great intercept mark taken there by Riddle. Goes into his back 50. Here's Young. Young, that's a thumping kick, and it was a beautiful one. Found his man out there, but couldn't take the mark, was Robinson. Sharks have plenty of players. Here's Pope. Pope chips it forward into the path of Pell. Will it sit for the young man? Had to bend down and get him, was tackled straight away. We'll have the ball up 45 metres out.
Well, again, they're a bit Hamilton conscious still. He's already kicked a ton, but they're really lacking another avenue to go at the moment. It's Hamilton or bust. Malone in the ruck. Here's a chance for Pell. Can he track it down? Brown lays a solid tackle. That ball's not going anywhere. Right forward pocket for the Sharks. Brown's been a little bit quiet by his standards as well. You'd love to see him snatch a goal or two. This might be the perfect opportunity. Straight down the throat of a Tiger, though. They've got the outnumber here, the Sharks. Can they find a target inside attacking 50? Not really sure where that ball was going. Looking for Brown, but again, Tiger defence holding up well, holding the ball.
Well, that's red hot, but I think it was Smith who went into that tackle and had the arm free and tried to fend off. And once you do that, you're in trouble. So the Tigers out this outer side have had a great second term. They've kicked 5 goals to 1. They're all on the outer side, and we'll have a ball up. Shark side of halfway. We've played almost 26 minutes. Malone wins the tap, just tapped it over his shoulder. The Tiger there went with a fresh airy, and we've got a free kick for a throw. So Cooper Glass with the free kick. He's got a man on in the middle of the ground, opts not to use him. Told to move it on now. It's a poking kick. It was poor. Patterson intercepted it, then went long in the Hamilton direction. He's 1-on-4, Hamilton. Did well enough to bring it to ground. Hambleton got the handball over the top to Pell, who was held without it, and he'll get the free kick. Well, Hamilton, well done. He was operating against 4, still managed to provide a contest and bring the ball to ground, and his Mosquito fleet at ground level did the rest. And Cooper Pell will line up for his second. He'll have to kick it 47, 48 metres out, slight angle.
Well, it's been one of those situations again. If I'm a small for the Sharks, I'm just getting to Hamilton's feet every single time the ball's getting kicked long to him, surrounded by defenders. There's got to be a spare somewhere at ground level.
So in comes Pell, makes good contact with it, got the range. It's online. The Sharks get one back. They're 6-8-44. The Tigers 8-3-51. 7-point margin. Cooper Pell has 2 on the afternoon. And the gap gets a little thinner as we are in the shadows of half-time. And a nice strike from the young man. They have big raps on him down here at Redland-Victoria Point, Cooper Pell.
Well, they're definitely trying to skew the top 4 spot. They've been a little bit lackluster, the Sharks, in the second quarter. That's going to help. Now it's 5 goals to 2 in the second quarter. But again, the Tigers, they've been well behind in games, and at these times of the game, they seem to get blown off the park quite easily. So a first quarter, last quarter, and that's about it. So the middle quarters have been a struggle for them. Yeah. They've definitely performed well in this second quarter against the reigning premier. As it's back in the middle of the ground, Goldsmith from alone. Tigers come out of the middle of the ground again. This is Bailey Brown. He's been pretty good this season for the Tigers. That worm-burning pass, looking for 8 and 5. It's going to be cut off, though. Last line, that's Pope. Pope got a spare. It's been a real juicy contest. Jesson's had a really good day for the Sharks. Pick up the line, looking for Brown, playing from behind, plays defender. O'Day just hacks the ball back in there. Good luck trying to work where that ball was going to drop. Tigers again under the pump. Chapman trying to lay the tackle. They're trying to get out of trouble here, the Sharks, and looks like they will. That's a brilliant kick on that outer side, and they're away through Smith.
Smith has plenty of room to operate on the outer side. The beautiful kick to Aston. Aston gives it back to Smith, running in board. Goes long into the pocket looking for Hamilton. Nichols did really well to punch it away and then had support from Miller, who got the Tigers out of danger. Miller's kick up towards the wing was a beauty. Goldsmith took the mark, then had a runner coming off him. Pokes it up the line, and that's good play by the Tigers on this outer side of Totally Workwear Park. I'll move it in towards half forward. Coombs had a fly at the footy. knocked away from him. Tigers at ground level. They go inside forward 50. Here's Uglow again. Bounce past him. All Sharks out the back. Can Pope keep it in? He can't. So he'll have a throw in 15 metres out from the Redland-Victoria, from the Labrador goal, in fact.
Well, they take that as a win, the Tigers. The ability to lock the ball inside, attacking 50 again. Can they sneak another one before half-time? 44-51 in favour of the visitors. So it's a 7-point margin. If they can stretch that out to 13 or 14, it's game on at half-time. Ball gets thrown back in. Malone playing in front against Uglow. Just thumps it towards the boundary line. Chapman was at ground level. The Sharks desperate to clear it. Our defence. Who's playing in front there? Good luck trying to work out free kick. It's going to go to the Tigers. They're winning the 50-50s at the moment. And here they come again. Kick towards half forward. Got some room to move, and Bailey Brown. He might be right on his range here. He's definitely outside 50. He's found a teammate. Here's a chance. 1-2. Kick from the boundary. Looks like it's Goldsmith. No way. Look out!
Big man. Off a couple of steps, he just went woof.
Goldsmith. That's goal number 2. And again, they're taking their opportunities, the Tigers. They're taking what the Sharks are giving them. And at the moment, 9-3-57. It's a 13-point lead. I was hoping they might be able to sneak one. We're ticking right on 31 minutes, second quarter. Geez, I tell you what, game on, ladies and gents.
A halftime siren will be just moments away. And Labrador, the visitors from the Gold Coast, have made a good fist of this first half. They lead by 13 points. We played 31 and a quarter minutes on TPIL Lawyers QAFL Match of the Day. We thank our umpire partners, Bradnam's Windows and Doors. We're back underway. Malone took it out of the ruck, got it on the boot. Kick didn't go very far, and that's a good mark taken. Slips catch effort from Tommy Miller. And at half-time, Labrador will take a 13-point lead into the sheds. A ripper first half of footy. Matty Hamilman kicks his 100th goal of season 2026. Crowd ran on. They came from everywhere. It was a beautiful moment. But away from that moment, it was all the Tigers in that second quarter. They lead by 13 points at the main change. We'll take a break and be back with more TPIL Lawyers Match of the Day action in just a moment.
Test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2.
keep the ball in the camera shot? You've been working on the double squat? Double take, sorry.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it looks like
Do you know
I got everyone jumping.
Yeah, I think she does good work there. Yeah, she works in the same company I'm in.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
In the office or like?
Yeah, I think she does like a little bit of both.
Oh, okay.
It's a good setup. I've been there a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I was really impressed. It was great facilities and everything. Yeah, so 3 for Handelman, 1 for Houseville, 2 for Awesome. Sweet. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Welcome back to Totally Workwear Park at Redland-Victoria Point. It's the home team trailing by 13 points at half-time. Labrador making the long trip up from the Gold Coast. Jumped them in the first half, and their accurate kicking sees them in front, 57-44. My name's Jack Fulham. Alongside me on the gantry this afternoon is Kane Browning. And Kane, well, historic moment in the first half with Matt Hamilman kicking goal number 100. But apart from that, it's been the Tigers' day.
No, definitely, and it's one of the most impressive performances I've seen in the first half from Labrador in quite a long time. 8 and 5's the one for me. He's kicked 4 goals. He's kicking them from everywhere.
Hasn't he been brilliant?
He's been absolutely astounding down there in that forward 50. Goldsmith bobbed up and kicked a couple of long bombs as well, which has been brilliant for the Tigers, but their accuracy has been the one for me. They've been well off during most of the season, but just looking at that scoreboard, 9-3, 57 to 6-8, 44, and like you just said, 100 goals to Hamilton in the second quarter, got over and done with finally. He's probably had 7 shots at goal already as well. Who else we got here? Cooper Pills kicked a couple. Hosfeld kicked one towards the back end of that second quarter, helped him out on the scoreboard. But I think if I was Coach Brad Moore, I'd be a little bit concerned. They've still been a bit Hamilton conscious. You got to get the likes of Brown into the game. You got to get the likes of Geese, who's been dangerous at times.
And they've really missed Clay Cameron this afternoon
Yes, they
as
have.
well. So
Yes,
Cameron
they
out
have.
of the side, and he's been apparently struggling with a bit of a groin injury, Clay Cameron, but he's been one of their best this year and just gives them that link up between, especially going forward, between wing and half forward, and does so much grunt work and takes a lot of defensive pressure away from Matt Hamilman. So
Well, you've had
Sharks missing him.
You've had Dylan Smith as well going up and down the ground trying to play that sort of utility role. He's lining up on this broadcast side wing. He's been dangerous at both ends of the park. But again, it's that midfield battle. The likes of Lee really need to get first use of it, get out of the middle of the ground and give the likes of 8 and 5 down there inside attacking 50 the best chance of kicking another big score.
So about to get underway, and thanks to our umpire partners, Bradnam's Windows and Doors, we're underway in the second half, and Redland-Victoria point through Aston, and now Offermans, they win the clearance. And out wide here is Pope. So Pope has it, kick and a half from home. He'll chip it up towards half forward, bounces in front of Gisu, who on the turn picked it up, went inside looking for Hamilman, bounced in front of him, and I think ricocheted off his shin or his knees, gone out of bounds. Over throw in, 35 metres out.
Geez, I would have thought that could have been a free kick for the man. There was a big tug of the jumper. And again, Nichols has played pretty well one-on-one against him, but he's had plenty of assistance through Young as well and Miller. And again, Malone playing in front against Goldsmith, just taps it to the feet. That ball's not going anywhere, about 40 to 45 out from the Sharks' goal. But it's all danger signs here for the reigning premier. Malone just takes it out the ruck, gets it on the boot. just missing though to the right-hand side.
Yeah, that was a big inverted wobbly old torp off the boot.
Well, Ruckman aren't renowned for their kicking skills, but I tell you what, Malone is one of the best kicks in the comp for a big man as the Tigers come out of trouble again.
So they come out to this far side. And taking the mark out there was Hayden. Hayden goes up the line. Now they have a man on in board. That's O'Day. O'Day just behind the centre square. We'll move it on now. Goes long up the line to a leading target. It was 5. Had it knocked away from him at ground level there was Lee. And now the Tigers will go forward. Lee had a target at half forward. It was Manchindon. Worked out of the footy. And they did well there, the Sharks. Patterson worked it back. Jessen. And now Patterson gets it back and will go across the defensive arc. And Dylan Smith there to take the mark. So Smith had a leading target. Gisu doubled back, found some space out the back, feeds it inboard to a running Aston. Aston from 70 metres out, goes boundary side. Hambledon, well, the kick was just below his knees and he couldn't get a hold of it and fumbled it out across the line. We'll have a throw in on the edge of the arc for Redland-Victoria Point, kicking to the left of your screen in this third quarter. TPIL Lawyers match of the day.
Well, that was good by Aston. He realised Hamilman again had 3 Tigers surrounding him, so he looked for that shorter target. Couldn't quite pull it off on that occasion. Malone playing in front again. Hunkin. Bit of a worm-beating kick. The bounce of the ball is going to be important. That handball, that had to be a throw. Play on. No.
That was a little bit suspect.
And he's kicked that about 6 rows back over the fence. It is a 50-metre penalty by the looks of it. Surprise, surprise. It's going to go to Young. So the Tigers' defence get a reprieve again. And they're going to get the advantage here. Young wants to move the ball quickly to O'Day. Just travelled to 15. Had a teammate on this near side. Decides to play on. Didn't take a bounce. 8-5. Well done. He's marking everything.
8-5. This will be for goal number 5. And just stood up tall there and took the mark, contested mark against a former AFL defender Jimmy Madden. Whew.
I think this is the matchup he likes. He likes to match up one-on-one against Madden. 8-5 on the left.
Dobbed it.
What can you say? What can you say? Goal number 5 to 8-5. And 10-3-63. They've increased the lead. 6-9-45. Out to an 18-goal margin. Probably the highest margin between the two sides this afternoon. And the Tigers are running red hot.
Well, another beautiful kick of the football. He's kicked 5 straight 8-5 and hasn't looked like missing. And he's had a couple of tough shots from deep in the pocket, but that one was just perfect. And James Madden, he has a task on his hands to shut down the hot hand of 8-5. So getting into concerning territory. Sharks are also missing the QAFL Team of the Year defender from last year, Adrian Williams, who's gone to play footy in Tassie for the rest of the year, so they're missing him, as well as Clay Cameron. They're going to win it out of the middle. Pell put it on the boot. Hambledon diving, couldn't take the mark, but got to his feet quickly. Handball to Housefield, back in board to Hambledon, and now Smith running on, went with the outside of the boot towards goal. Dylan Smith, Hamilman on the line. Tried to just ram it on his boot. I think he missed it completely. Ball doesn't clear the line. Tigers get out of danger. Malone takes the mark, but he's given away a free kick to Goldsmith. All happening here at Totally Workwear Park. Goldsmith chips over the top to O'Day. Housefield came in, got a hand on the football. Plenty of Sharks around it. Here's Pell, step back in board on the right foot, went inside forward 50. The kick went over the head of Pope there. And then at ground level, Callahan butted up to lay a good tackle. Ball still in play. Well done there by Foon. And the Tigers out this outer side have got numbers on. So working up the ground there was Brown, and he found Manchindon ranging a long way from home. Brown ran on to take the mark. Centre wing, outer side. And a man in board of Sullivan opted not to go to him. And now the lead of 5 Madden got front position. It went over the back. Patterson there to clean up, and Patterson kicks it up towards centre wing. Almost a big collision there. O'Sullivan picked it up, and now the Sharks through the middle of the ground. Long kick inside forward 50. Houseville with a couple to work against. Hamilman there, putting his head over the footy was Young. Did well, Young. And now they work it out through Hayden, who sweeps it wide. They're holding up under pressure, the Tigers. Foon kicks it out wide.
Geez, the more times that goes inside defensive 50, the more confident the Tiger defenders are getting at the moment. They're pushing back out. Every time the ball goes in there, they're winning the 50-50s. Hamilman's getting triple teamed half the time. That's a dangerous kick, back into trouble. Play on, said the umpire. Hack ball. Chapman's going to cut this one off right in the middle of the ground. And not quite sure where to go. Chapman, right in the middle. No one's staying the mark, so he just decides to go long. Who's at the base of this pack? Players come together, punched clear over the boundary line. Another boundary throw in right forward pocket. We played a tick under 7 minutes, third quarter, premiership quarter, and it's the Tigers leading by 3 goals.
So Malone is down there to do the ruck work. Has stayed out of the 50 for most of this game, but decided to travel down there and a thump towards the line by Goldsmith, and we'll have another throw in. Tigers 18 points up. Have been deadly accurate in front of goal, kicking them from everywhere in the forward 50. So Malone took it out of the ruck, got it on the boot, the big man missed it again. So that's twice in this quarter Craig Malone's taken it out of the ruck and missed with the kick on goal. 2 behinds for him. Sharks 6-10-46, the Tigers 10-3-63, the margin 17 points.
Well, Young out from full back. That's the shortest kick he's made all afternoon. Umpire's found another 50, so...
Well, that was poor there by Shepherd. He just ran in, and you know that you need to go back to the 9 and just ran straight in, over the mark. It was, yeah, just didn't need to do it.
He just about gave another 50 away, doing exactly the same thing. That's front on contact, so Tigers get away with that one. This is Simpson, true centre half back, kicks it to that outer side. Sullivan standing the mark. Back to Lee. Lee looking for the switch. Not too bad at all to Foon. His game's picked up since half time. Back to Young. They're just hanging on to the footy at the moment. They're frustrating the reigning premier. Kick up the line to Hayden. Hayden back to Lee. They've gone sideways about 50 metres and gone forward about 10. Now they've almost turned it over here. The Sharks looking to pounce. Tigers still hanging the ball okay. Goldsmith on that outer side. And again, a little bit frustrating for the Sharks. Goldsmith. Oh, man, all on his own. How did he get there? Lee chips the ball inside, taking 50 men's hand, leaves it for, guess who? 8 and 5. Well done to the Tigers. And if you coach Brad Moore, you're scratching your head a little bit at the moment. Not quite sure how they get back in this contest.
Well, they've gone to sleep, and they're being made to pay behind the footy. Redland-Victoria Point is 8 and 5. This will be for number 6 game.
Well, what can you say? If anyone's going to kick this, this is probably one of the easiest shots he's had all afternoon. He hasn't missed one. 8 and 5 on the trusty left foot. Look at that.
There is a spring in that man's step at the moment. You just tell as soon as it left the boot, it wasn't missing.
Well, again, what can you say? I mean, they're just taking their opportunity inside, tagging 50. They're not taking these marks 30 metres out directly in front. They're getting pushed towards the boundary line by the Sharks' defence. But 8 and 5, I mean, he's got the ball on a string at the moment. He can kick it from space at this point.
But there's plenty of space inside that forward 50, and they're being unpredictable with the way they're going. Yes, they are looking for 5, but they're also looking for a number of other options. Goldsmith, when he's gone down there, has got involved where... And, you know, it's worked for them for so long, but they're predictable, the Sharks, when they go inside forward 50. You know it's going in the Hamilman direction. He's got 3 blokes folding back in front of him. So they need the next one with the margin 23 points, and this will help them. Aston to get the free kick in the middle of the ground. He chips it out wide. O'Sullivan with space to roam in. He takes a bounce and chips it up towards half forward. Kick was touched, and then Chapman picked it up and was pinged for holding the ball. So the Tigers, they are going like winners at the moment. O'Day retreats into the defensive 50, and then Miller chips it back to Lee. And they've been so good at just chipping it around and then going. Playing a little bit of keepings off and then finding the outlet. They kick it up the wing. Sharks had front position. They get it on the boot towards half forward. That was a good pick up there by Hayden and was ripped off it. Handball comes to Pell. Pell, little chip inside forward 50. The only man back there was Miller. Miller just content to see it across the line, throw in 35 metres out.
They're just trying to play a bit too cute at the moment, the Sharks. You know, the uncertainty has drifted into their game this afternoon, and that's all because of the Tigers. The pressure they're putting on behind the footy, they're perfectly set up, and they're just switching at every opportunity, coming out this near side, and it's working well for them at the moment. Malone, can he pull the ball out of the ruck again? No, he can't, but he punched it clear. Gisu couldn't win possession either. Great tackle laid there by Shepherd. Locks the ball in, about 35 out straight in front. Beautiful day for footy, ladies and gents, on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Round 18 TPIL QAFL action. Again, Malone out of the ruck, kick around the corner towards the point line. Oh, again, Smith just managed to get a handball away. Play on. Look at the Tigers surrounding this ball. They're desperate to lock the ball in. Another ball up. Plenty of stoppages in this third quarter. 23 points the margin. Tick under 13 minutes played. Again, Malone trying to hack it out of the ruck. Play on. Lee laying a pretty solid tackle there for the Tigers. Here's an opportunity. Got ripped off the ball there. That could be holding the footy. Yes, it is. So another free kick going to Labrador deep in their defensive line. And they're going to come out of trouble again.
So Miller in the defensive goal square. Tom Miller has played well this afternoon. He takes off. Runs his full quota. And then kicks it along towards half-back. Flying in from the side there was Robinson. Couldn't complete the mark. Shepherd burrowing in. Was taken in the tackle. Ball released now. Here's O'Sullivan. On the point of the square and half forward. Goes to the hot spot. Around 25 metres out. It came off hand. At the base there was Callahan, who was wrapped up straight away. We'll have a ball up 35 metres out. So they're getting plenty of entries. Redland-Victoria point, but just can't do anything once they get them. Malone took it out of the ruck again, was dispossessed, and here come the Tigers. The handball over the top to Lee. Lee backtracks to O'Day. O'Day up the line, finds a target. So they're clean, exiting defensive 50, the Tigers. This is Riley Coombs, goes back inside the defensive 50. Simpson, in those bright blue boots, chips it inboard to Miller. Bit more keepings off. Miller goes across. That's a poor kick under pressure. Looking for Simpson. It almost comes across it, but Simpson able to get back. He just put a high up and under ball. Got a contest out of glass, but the Sharks have it. Clever kick inside forward 50 from Pope. Found Gisu, just pulled the kick. And Gisu, from 45 metres out, needs to go back and kick this one for the Sharks.
And that's really been one of the only times I've seen for a while where they've been able to intercept the ball.
So Gisu's played on and found Brown. So the distance has decreased, but the angle has increased. So Brown from around 10, or Housfield in fact, from around 10 metres in from the chalk. 30 metres out, he'll go around the corner. Needs to kick this one. Tyler Housfield. Takes a few deep breaths. Now runs around and bending. It was always on the near side. And another minor score. That makes it 11 for the day. 6-11-47 the Sharks. The Tigers 11-3-69. 22 points the margin. Kane Browning.
Well, again, trying to intercept across the half-forward line, the Sharks. That was one of the first times they've been able to rebound, get back into attacking 50 and hit a target. They've intercepted again. They're going to come out. Humbleton chips the ball inside attacking 50. That's a good kick. Good mark in the end. Alexander Pope might be kicking right on his range here. Man on the mark's going to be just inside attacking 50. O'Day scratches the grass, marking the spot. And Pope, well, they need to get one on the board in this third quarter, the Sharks. Reigning premier.
Well, this will take a big kick.
Top 4 spot up for grabs. Wanders in on the right. It's right to the line, but again, he's pushed it out to the right-hand side. So another minor score. That's 6 goals, 12 to 11-3. 21 points the margin. 16 and a bit minutes played. Third quarter. Coming out of trouble again through Young. They've been rock solid down there, the Tigers. Looking for Goldsmith. Ball comes to the front. Sharks are first on it, but again, the tackling pressure. The Tigers holding their tackles, holding on to the footy, not turning it over. This is just about the best game I've seen them play all year.
They've been impressive this afternoon. Gardner into the ruck as Malone has a spell. High up and under ball to the edge of 50, punched away by Miller from Callahan. O'Day there to get the crumbs. Sullivan slung in the tackle out across the line. Throw in. And 70 from home for the Sharks, who have just dominated the territory in this third quarter, but not the scoreboard. Trailing by 21 points, have peppered the behinds. So a throw in with Gardner and Goldsmith doing battle. Goldsmith won it down. Here's Hunkin on hands and knees, and then Bob to his feet, Hunkin, and then Sullivan dispossessed him, wheeled around, sent a long ball in the Uglow direction. O'Sullivan coming back. It falls out the back to Manchindon, who has players running on, gets back on his right foot, toes it into space. Uglow ran on and took it on his chest, 25 metres out, directly in front. And this is a big kick at goal to make the margin 27 points as we approach time on in the third quarter.
Well, William Man's hand, what can you say? He might be small in stature, but he's not small in skill. That was a ridiculously good kick. He took a little bit of time, looked up, found a target in Uglow, and hit the pass perfectly. Sets up another shot on goal.
So Bradley Uglow has kicked 2 goals this afternoon. Can he make it 3 from directly in front? Pokes at it, but pokes it straight through the middle. And the Tigers bounce out to a 27-point lead. And this is starting to get alarming for the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks. And Bradley Uglow, I reckon he's only kicked it 3 times today. He's kicked 3 goals.
Well, I mean, I'm scratching my. I'm just trying to work out where the spark's meant to come from the Sharks, forward or centre. At the moment, again, it's Hamilton or bust. But when you got 3 players surrounding him, what is he meant to do? He might have kicked 100 goals for a year, but he's not a magician. You can't just jump over 3 blokes' heads and take towering marks. Got to get someone to ground level, make them earn it, back in the middle of the ground. Tigers looking to clear once more, and here they come. Kick towards, looking for 5. No, it's Goldsmith down there. Gets out the back. Here's an opportunity. Great run-down tackle there. Sling to the ground, over the boundary line. Not on the footy. Not a dangerous tackle, so that ball's going to get thrown back in. Left forward pocket for the Tigers.
Does it seem like they're missing a key position player or two, Redland-Victoria Point? Obviously Cameron out, no Adrian Williams. They just look a little bit undersized, both ends of the park. So the ball's back into play. Goldsmith took it out of the ruck, got it onto his right. Ball bouncing into space. Fife was there, so was Hall, who gathered just inside the paint. Tried to have a snapshot on goal, kicked it out on the full. So 20 minutes played, third quarter. Madden, the former Brisbane Lion, will be forced to come around and, well, he wanted to take the kick, been forced to give it to Jessen. Jessen says, I'll give it back to you here, Jimmy. So Madden goes into the far side pocket. O'Sullivan with plenty of space will chip it up the middle. That's a good kick, found Pope. Pope has a player wide, opts to use him now. I think that's Patterson out there, it is. Patterson takes the mark, plays on, kicks it up the line. Poor kick. Right into the breadbasket of Bailey Brown. And going forward, they can't afford to use the ball like that. So Brown retreats to Jaden Young. He's played a good game Young goes deep into the back 50 to Dean Robinson. But Robinson will go short into the pocket. Just content to hold the footy at the moment, the Tigers. And now pointing long and going long there is Hall. That's a long kick, and then Malone found some space out the back, took the mark over the top of Riley Coombs. So the Sharks trailing by 27 points. Malone the ruckman, he'll retreat here to Madden. Madden, we haven't seen much of his characteristic run and dash this afternoon. Chips it to Chapman. They're just poking around with it at the moment. O'Sullivan chips it forward to Patterson. They've worked it to a kick and a half from home. Patterson wants to move it on quickly. That's another poor kick by Patterson. Set a task for his man out there, but they were up to it. So this is Hunkin, moves it back inboard to O'Sullivan. Now this is tedious. As O'Sullivan comes back into the middle of the ground. Kane, you have a go.
Well, here we go. Let's get some speed on the ball. Here's an opportunity for the Sharks. Kicks to the pocket, can't hit the target. That's okay. Here's Hamilton. Blind turn, gets on the left, snap on goal, kicks to the hot spot. No one really home there for the Sharks. Hamilton's going, give it to me, boys. I'm going to handle this all on my own. Gets back on the right, trying to keep it in, gets tackled. I think he was already over the line, though.
How about the blind turn from Matthew Hamilton? That was Marlon Pickett-esque in the grand final 6 or 7 years ago.
It's good to blind turn to no one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, he almost won Norm Smith in his first game of AFL footy by Pickett on that day. The Tigers had a massive win. The Tigers are looking for a big win here as well. And the Tigers again coming out of trouble. This is where they've stood up massively this afternoon. Can't keep that ball in. Is that a lasso? Not quite sure. Might have just stayed inside defensive 50. So they've worked it out. It's going to be a boundary throw in. I'd be moving Hamilton up the ground a little bit and leave the likes of Smith one out in the goal square. Make them defend a different way.
Things getting a little bit testy behind the ball here between Nichols and I think it's Nichols and Smith as the ball comes inside forward 50. They're still going. Hamilton's involved here. Well, I'm pretty sure I saw a punch throw in there. And, well, Dylan Smith not happy. Nichols is fired up as well as the Tigers have it in their D50. So keep an eye on that, Kane, as they come running out of defensive 50, the Tigers. They've been clean with their ball use. This is Bailey Brown back on the inside here to Rook. Rook kick up towards half forward. Getting involved there was Madden to spoil the ball and then bring it to ground level. Aston went back to Madden. Madden wrapped up by 5. Good pressure. We'll have a ball up on the edge of forward 50 for the Tigers. So Hamilton complaining to the umpire here over Nichols. Be interesting to see what happens as Miller bursts away from the contest, handballs it over the top to Gisu. Got smashed. Well, Gisu got a hospital handball, had no prior opportunity, so they'll ball up. He did well to hang on to it in the end and not cough it up. The ball up in the middle of the ground.
Bailey, the likes of Brown and that need to try and get one out in the goal square. Hamilton's a good mark of the footy. Goldsmith, it's up the other end of the ground, unfortunately. Here's a chance of Hayden. Uglow again, drops the mark he probably should have taken. Who's there for the Tigers? No one. Chapman's first onto it. Looking to switch. It's going to work out okay for the Sharks. That's not the best of kicks. Malone versus Goldsmith at ground level. Good luck with that. Kicks it up the ground. Who's there for the Sharks? Kick towards Hamilton. Surprise, surprise. Steps on the right foot. Chip around the corner. Smith was there, but great defensive effort on the last line. Once more, Jed Riddle, well done.
So Gisu was limped off the field after being crunched in that tackle. Things not going the way of the Sharks. Tigers being called back here.
Hang on, it might be dissent. So I think Hamilton has said something to the umpire.
Hamilton might be going in the book, maybe? No?
Yeah, so I think that was a pretty blunt warning. You say something like that to me again, you're going to be in trouble. Play on, said the umpire. And again, This back and forth for the Tigers has worked well for them this afternoon.
Something's definitely happened off the ball involving Hamilman and Dylan Smith and the Tigers' defence, because they're enraged. Especially Hamilman, who's usually a very cool, calm, collected customer. Tigers at half forward. Sloppy now, they'll go inside forward 50. Uglow has found space on the lead. Bradley Uglow. This will be for number 4. And just somehow keeps managing to find space.
And that's the difference, isn't it, Jack? Like, when the Tigers go inside 50, there's plenty of space for these forwards to lead into. It's always a one-on-one. Who can win the one-on-one contest, the 50-50 contest? It's been all the Tigers. You go at the other end. There's 6 blokes surrounding Hamilman every time the ball goes in there, and there's not another avenue to target. The Tigers have been too good in that space.
So Uglow to make it 4 on the day from 45 metres out. That is a perfect kick. What a day this is turning into for the Tigers. The margin stretches out to 32 points. Danger territory for the Sharks.
And basically, since Hamilman kicked that 100th goal, it's been all the Tigers. It's been all the Tigers, and it's worked great.
And here we were thinking, as soon as Hamilman kicked 100, it would have opened up for them, and they would have stopped being so Hamilman focused. But it's been the complete opposite.
They've almost doubled down on it, haven't they, Jack? It's obvious to see, and
he's hardly got near it.
It's danger signs here for the reigning premier, and if you want to secure that top 4 spot, the Tigers might struggle to play finals this year, but I tell you what, they've come here to spoil the party. They're on top at the moment. What can the Sharks do? Malone basically took a specky on Goldsmith's head, took it out of the ruck, but again, not the best inside 50 kick. Kick around the corner. Hamilman desperately trying to get there. That's actually gone through.
So Brown's kicked it. Brown has done the Gaelic little tap up with his foot to himself and then put it on the boot and kicked a goal. Wow.
Well, if there's someone going to light the fire, the likes of Brown, who's kicked plenty of goals himself, he's probably kicked he's kicked 100 goals over the last 3 seasons himself. He averages about 50 a year. He's missed out on Team of the Year honours the last couple of seasons. Someone's got to step up for the Sharks, and if it's not Hamilman, who is it going to be? Hopefully Brown can kickstart a bit of a comeback.
Wow. That was a sublime bit of skill from Josh Brown. The margin returns to 26 points. Siren can't be too far away. Malone and Goldsmith. It's been a good ruck battle. Malone wins it down. Powell working one-on-one against Sullivan. Smith picked the footy up, got it to Brown, to Malone. They go inside forward 50. Hausfeld couldn't mark. All Tigers at the fall of the ball. They go back through Foon. And then weaving his way through traffic.
Well,
and that's a beautiful kick to find Sullivan. And Sullivan's got a man out wide. Bailey Brown on the run. Siren will beat him at 3/4 time. Labrador lead by 26 points. And look to be halfway home to pulling off a famous victory, a famous upset victory at Totally Workwear Park. We'll take a break. Fourth quarter action coming up just a moment.
Visit play.afl/more to footy.
Back at Totally Workwear Park, fourth quarter about to start with Labrador holding a 26-point lead over Redland-Victoria Point. They were great in that third quarter. And the Sharks, they have a big task on their hands if they want to win this game. Kane Browning has been a great afternoon of footy, and we could be in for a shock upset.
Well, 4 straight goals in that premiership quarter. They've been so accurate this afternoon, had the visitors. And you look on the other side of the coin, premiership quarter, 1 goal 5 for the Sharks. So again, they've just been lacking that second option towards goal. It's all been Hamilton, but at the moment, the Tigers are set for one of the biggest upsets all season long. Malone in the middle, looking for Shepherd, couldn't find him. Dylan Smith laid a pretty solid tackle. O'Day dives on it for the Tigers.
Free kick.
Free kick. And it's going to go to the Tigers. Looks like, no, it's Bailey Brown who was at the bottom of that pack. So chips to half forward and Lee. He's been really good for him since quarter time. That kick's not great. Malone dropping into the hole. Couldn't handle it either. Goldsmith gets around on the right. Pushing towards 8 and 5. Looks for the one-hander. Can't get there. But it's a win for them. Boundary throw in left forward pocket.
Probably better than the behind. They get to set up in this forward 50. Labrador, can they land a knockout blow early in this last quarter? They lead by 26 points. Malone won it down. Sharks get out of danger, but the kick ends up on the chest of Lee, who chips it forward as a target inside 50. O'Day has marked 35 metres out, slight angle. And this for the best possible start for the Tigers in the last quarter to make the margin 32 points.
Well, they've been massive in last quarters this season, Labrador. They've been brilliant. They probably went a little bit lackluster a couple of weeks back where Morningside dominated that space in the final quarter. But today, Labrador, this could be one of the last nails on the coffin if you're a Sharks fan.
In comes O'Day, sets sail for home. He's got it! Another goal for the Tigers. O'Day gets his first of the afternoon. And the margin is 32 points, and the accuracy continues. They are 14-3 Labrador. Redland 7-13, 55. 32 points the margin. We've played 2 minutes on TPIL Lawyers QAFL Match of the Day.
Well, again, just the vision. I mean, being able to turn the ball over in a dangerous part of the ground. Lee was set up perfectly behind the footy, took the mark, moved quickly, found a target in O'Day, and I tell you what, if you've got Lee firing and O'Day firing, the Tigers are every chance to win more games than not.
Well, simply put, they need to kick the next one, Redland. So we're back underway. O'Day, the goal kicker, in the middle. Here's Smith for the Sharks. There's a free kick. I think it's for off the ball. It's going to Hamilton against O'Day. So Hamilton in the centre square, chips it inboard to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan is just forward of centre, looks wide. There's Scotty Miller. He's had a down day, Scotty Miller. Haven't called him a lot. Kicks it forward. That's good to Pell. Pell, 55 from home, looks into the pocket. Oh, that's a beautiful kick to Housefield, who was ripped off. It should have been a free kick there. Finally, it's given. Well, Riddle just got rid of Housefield. And Housefield gets the free kick. No, it's Jet Jessen.
What's he doing down there? He's been playing full back all afternoon.
Well, Jessen, to take the kick from 30 metres out, it's a tight angle. He's around 10 metres in from the boundary line. This will take a good kick, but as Aiden Fife has shown this afternoon, it's doable. So Jessen needs to kick it. Trailing by 32. In he comes. Nice set shot. It's coming back just to that near side. Another minor score for the Sharks. It's 14 on the day. 7-14, 56. The Tigers 14-3, 87. 31 points, the difference.
Well, I'm just looking at the scores here, Jack, and I tell you what, you know, their inaccuracy in front of goal has just been an absolute killer for them this afternoon. Another missed opportunity. The Tigers coming out of trouble again. Goldsmith and Malone. Malone gets the body work perfect on that occasion. Takes a uncontested mark in the end.
Knocked out of the way by a truck.
Goldsmith, a little smile on his face as well. That ball back in. Hamilton claiming the mark. Play on to the umpire. He stole it. just across the laser goal, snuck in for a point.
3 goals, 5 for Matty Hamelman today.
So he's kicked 100, but he's been very, very frustrated as the big fella since quarter time. Tigers coming out. Goldsmith versus Malone, round 600. Goldsmith on that occasion pushed Malone out of the way. Look out, man's hand. You might have got absolutely destroyed by the big fella.
It's Mr. Gilmore's jacket.
Kicked the ball down. Oh, he's 8-5. He'll kick this. Bouncing, and just offline. That was a little, speaking of Gilmore, he had a bit of a 9-iron on that kick there. Didn't really make solid contact at all. And the Sharks are desperate for the next goal.
So 8-5, 6 this afternoon, now 6-1. Oh, Mark dropped there. And now they've coughed it up. Sullivan handballs it forward to Uglo, goes back in board here to Thune, and now the kick up to the top of the goal square, dropping back in the hole was Madden. Madden will get a free kick. So Manchindon giving that one away. Madden goes into the pocket to Chapman. Chapman plays on. Forced to just go long down the line. Smith, one-on-one contest against O'Day. Gets over the back. Gisu. Great hands there off the deck as Shepherd, or Offerman's, handballed it forward to Malone. Smith ran onto the edge of 50. Dylan Smith set sail for home. He's pushed the kick wide. I think it's gone out on the full. It has. So they just can't find the middle, the Sharks, this afternoon. They trail by 31 points.
Well, that's been the move, looks like. Jessen has moved to full forward. Hamilton up slightly more up the ground. So it's been a bit one-on-one deep forward for the Sharks. Uglo with the spoil. Sharks looking to pounce. Uglo's going to end up with a hit. Just drops the ball cold. Looking for the likes of Lee O'Sullivan. Oh, this man has been brilliant. Manhattan gets clipped around the shoulder. Gets called to play on. This is O'Day. O'Day handling the ball brilliantly. Look at that. Plenty of room inside, attacking 50. And guess who? Surprise, surprise, 8-5. And he's well within range. Found a teammate who came from nowhere. Found him in the pocket. 8-5 went, you know what?
That was Manchindon who started the play down here, and he just bolted. Absolutely bolted, and his man didn't go with him.
Well, to tell you that this man is not playing the kind of game that's going to allow him to get some votes this afternoon. He's definitely on probably in my top 3 or 4. Just depends on how the rest of the game turns out. But this man right here, small in stature, not in skill and bravery, this would be a massive blow to the Sharks if he can kick this. Comes in now. The number 1. Can he be number 1 this afternoon?
Oh, yeah, he can.
You better believe it! William Man's hand, first goal of the afternoon, and all the Tigers and the Sharks. What can you say, Jack? It's been a dominant display by the visitors, and I think the reigning premier are in shock.
37 points. It would take a minor miracle from here. They'll need to kick 7 goals to win it and not concede. Labrador 15-4. The kicking has been outstanding. Redland 7-15. Now, the whole story of the day is right there on the scoreboard.
Well, Redland-Victoria Point, since quarter time, have kicked a total of 4 goals, 11 in front of goal. And on the other side of the coin, the Tigers
missed some really gettable ones as well.
Have kicked 11 goals.
So Pell takes the mark and then plays on quickly. And Jessen leading up as marked. 35 metres out, tightish angle. He had a shot from here about 5 minutes ago. Can he, missed on that occasion, can he kick the goal this time? So Jet Jessen has been swung forward. And, well, the move at least seems to be paying some dividends. So Jessen, very slow, deliberate approach. Right behind him, he strikes it, and he's pushed it to that near side again. So the exact same result as his first shot at goal. And another minor score, 7-16-58. The inaccuracy has killed them this afternoon, the Sharks, as the Tigers bring it in. And deep in the back pocket is Hayden.
And again, 4-12 now to 9-4. in front of goal since quarter time, since that Hamilton kicked the milestone. Goldsmith playing in front. Malone's going to crunch the pack hard. Good effort by the big man. Chapman on the boundary. Can't keep it in. Manhattan tried to manhandle him a little bit there. No free kick. As O'Sullivan comes off for a well-earned rest. Where's the spark going to come from? They're desperate for the next goal, are the Sharks. They've had a couple of missed opportunities already in the final quarter. Smith decided to leave it for some reason. O'Day hacks the ball out there. It's a 2-on-1. Oh, they're manhandling them at the moment. Here come the Tigers. Who's out the back? 1-on-1. Oh, great defensive effort on the last line against 8 and 5. Looking for Miller, who's going to take the easy chest mark at half-back.
So Miller brings it inboard, risky kick, but it comes off. Chapman links up with Aston. Aston takes a bounce and now swings it across the square. Offerman goes further afield by hand to Hambledon, who goes inboard. That's a poor kick, and it's been cut off by Robinson. Every time they go inside forward 50, seems like the Tigers are waiting for him. Robinson swings it out wide to Brown. Brown kicks it up the line, and they've got a man out there on the far side. They'll bring it back in ball with a long kick towards forward 50. 5 for the couple to deal with. Miller got back. Manchindon stayed down at ground level. Gathers from the pocket. Dribbles on goal and kicks it. What a finish by Will Manchindon. Goal number 2 in the space of a couple of minutes. And this one is starting to get ugly for the home team. They trail by 42 points. Labrador, well, starting to look like the Harlem Globetrotters with the way they are kicking goals.
Geez, Jack, I just had a supporter look up at us and ask the question, what is going on here, boys? And I tell you what, what's going on here, it's upset of the season for me. Manhattan's just about secured a top 3. I reckon he's going to definitely get some votes this afternoon.
If he kicks one more, he's getting 3.
Oh. Well, who do you give it to? Do you give it to 8 and 5 who's, geez, kicked 6? Or do you give it to Manhattan? I mean, it's a bit of a toss in the coin at the moment. Like you said, Jack, if he kicks another, could be a hard choice.
So Malone wins it down. Aston, he's tried hard today, Aston, but just hasn't been able to get any drive forward as Labrador through Sullivan and then Brown. They're just linking up so well. And here's our man, Manchindon again. What a last quarter he's having, and he'll get 50 as the man runs over the mark. Well, that's the story of the day. So Manchindon has been walked to, well, that's a big 50 too. So the man on the mark will be around 35 metres out. That was pretty much centre wing when he got the 50. So,
geez, well, look at the run up from him as well. It's almost as big. Geez, that's one of the biggest run ups I've ever seen.
So Brett Lee coming in. That is a fast bowler's run up for Will Manchindon, but he needs it. He's only a little man, so he needs to generate some momentum through the ball. Comes and strikes it from 40 metres out. It's fading. Finally, they've missed one, the Tigers. Well, they are human after all.
Well, still plenty of time here, Jack. Tick under 13 minutes played. It's all for the Sharks to do. The Tigers can't let this one slip. Surely Goldsmith, Lee, found a teammate, bypassed him. Great vision there. Miller, he's been one of the best this afternoon. True centre half back. Kicks to that outer side. Again, found the teammate. The amount of times they've been able to find a teammate during today, especially since quarter time, has been a massive reason why they're going to probably go on and win this game. Of course, one of the upsets of the season against the reigning premier. So, about 100 metres out from goal. Can he find the likes of Fife on the lead? Right over his head. Still found a teammate. All the time in the world. Back to 8 and 5. Kicks around the corner. Just offline. Bad bounce. Finally, the bounce of the ball didn't go Labrador's way. And Hunkin is going to come out from full back.
So Hunkin, well, time becoming the enemy. They trail by 44 points, so they'll need to kick 8 goals from here. It'd take a miracle. They've only kicked 7 on the day. Hamilton, way up the ground, was manhandled in the marking contest. Will get a free kick, but even he can't kick him from there. And now 50. Well, he might be able to kick it from where this 50-metre penalty ends up. And if Manchinden's was any indication, Hamilman might be kicking this from the top of the goal square if he gets the same 50.
Well,
so
sneaking inside 50. But,
still going inside forward 50. So the man on the mark will be 41, 42 metres out. Hamilman directly in front.
The first one-on-one he's able to manage since quarter time, I think, Hamilman.
So Hamilman to make it 4 goals. He's kicked 3-5 this afternoon. He's directly in front, strikes it, giving it a good ride. It's fading late. He's done enough to sneak it in. So Matty Hamilman has goal number 4. And, well, there's barely a pulse, but they're still alive, just the Sharks.
Well, the first time anyone from the crowd has given a round of applause if you're a Shark supporter since he kicked his 100th and they jumped the fence, Jack.
Well, the last half an hour, the feature of it has just been stunned silence from the Sharks fans.
This is a stunning game. One of the best games I've seen in season 2026, and that's saying a lot because I've seen Morningside do plenty, and I've seen Palm Beach do quite a bit on the wins this season. But I tell you what, this win possibly from Labrador would be right up there for season 2026 for game of the year. Goldsmith back in the middle, won a tap out. He finally hasn't got Malone to deal with. Here's an opportunity for Brown. Brown looking for 5 once more. Can't get there. Ball still rolling towards the boundary line. Good tackling pressure, and again, they're first up to it. Smith lays a solid tackle. Forces Bailey Brown over the boundary line. Ball about to be thrown back in on this broadcast side. Probably about 90 metres out from the Tigers' goal. Can Fife get his 7th? Goldsmith in the ruck. Can't get there on that occasion. Sharks pleading for a free kick. Lee won the contest well. Got the ball boot. Oh, look at the room to move here. This has to be a goal for the Tigers. That could have been a throw. Play on, said the umpire. Rolling. Guess what? It's all falling for the Tigers this afternoon.
So Lewis Deegan, the late inclusion.
We've been dying to call him all afternoon. He gets his first.
Well, he hasn't spent much time on the ground, getting more of an opportunity in this last quarter. And, well, that was a little, I'd say it was a little bit fugazi, the old tap up. But
the old Tedwin handball. you just palm it to your team, mate?
I think it'd be generous to say it was a scoop.
Well, you know what? When it's falling your way, it's falling your way. And
But also in the lead up to that as well, a couple of Sharks players feigning for free kicks, peeling to the umpire, where Labrador just put their head down and played at the footy and come up winners on the day. So, this has been an ugly loss for the Sharks coming up. They go inside forward 50. That's a big punch away there by Hayden. Close to the boundary line. Young comes across. Did well to keep it in board. And then on the right foot, pumped it up towards centre wing. Chapman's there to take the intercept mark in front of Deegan. Chapman, risky kick into the middle of the ground, but it was a beauty. Found Callahan. Swings around, goes inside forward 50. Brown couldn't take the mark. Will get a free kick. Advantage paid. Pell takes it and puts through a goal. So Cooper Pell, 3 goals for him this afternoon. He's been one of the few Sharks that can hold his head up high, but Josh Brown is down behind play and looks to be in a fair bit of bother as the trainer comes on pretty nonchalantly.
Well,
hopefully just a cramp.
Right, in all honesty, the way his body went sideways in midair, and I'm pretty sure I saw his face bounce off the ground, so he might be a little bit worse for wear after that contact, but he put his body on the line. That's what you need. Coach Moore will be pretty happy, and he's picked himself up. He might be seeing some stars for the next couple of minutes. But again, sort of instant return. Labrador kick a goal, and the Sharks kick goals. So still game on. I mean, you're right. It's going to take an absolute miracle. It's 38 points back in the middle of the ground. Malone just about did the splits on that ruck contest. Play on to the umpire. Again, looking for a teammate. They've lost the avenue to goal this afternoon, have the Sharks. That kick's not great, but again, brings it to the ground. Won the 50-50. Well done. Sharks surrounded. Kicking back inside, tagging 50. Hamilton used the body well. Just went, get out of the way. It's all mine. And Hamilton, I mean, he's kicked the 4, so he's on his lowest score this season. He's had plenty of shots. He deserves a bag for the milestone man. For the Sharks' 10th of the day. Leans back, the big fella. Unfortunately, it's across the face. It's come off hands. It's hit the post. Surely that's a point. Play on, said the umpire. Sharks still trying to get the ball on boot. Brown still recovering from the concussion. Sharks player gets crunched. And the umpire says, give it to me, boys. Nothing to see here.
Isn't it funny when you can say about Matt Hamilton, probably one of his worst days of the season, and he still kicked 4 goals 6. That's how good he is.
10 shots on goal. Chapman now looking for Hamilton again. Can't get the contest. He must be absolutely cooked, Hamilton, because he's been wrestling with 3 Tigers all afternoon.
So this is Hayden. And now they come out this broadcast side. Chapman did well, but couldn't complete the mark over Manchin, and ball goes out of play. 75 from home for the Sharks. Fair to say this one's over. They'll need 7 goals from here, and we've played 21 minutes in the last quarter. Oh, they're a good team, but they're not that good. Malone against Coombs in the ruck. Won the hit out. Lee. Caught holding the ball. That was red hot. And Houseville to get the free kick. Offermans wants to take it. So Offermans to go back and take the free kick. As he gets a couple of words from his teammate, Houseville, saying, thanks for stealing my kick, mate. They come into the centre square. This is Hunkin. Hunkin, plenty of space as Labrador are folded back inside the defensive 50. Procos up the ground, gives it back to Hunkin. From 60 metres out, goes into the pocket, was hit after he kicked it. It'll be a downfield free kick, and that was a heavy collision by the Tiger coming across. Hunkin gets to his feet first. The Labrador player, it was Uglo that put the hit on, is still down and now is up to his feet and limping back. The end result is that Jet Jesson will take the free kick from deep in the forward pocket out of side. It's 30 metres out. Well, he hasn't been able to kick him from the right-hand pocket. Let's see if he can do better from the left. Jesson comes in, tied up in the pocket. It's fading across the face. It doesn't make the distance and knocked out of play. So a throw in around from the right-hand. Wow, free kick. Well,
Hell with the push.
Apparently a push. Okay. I'll take your word for it. So Young has the free kick for the Tigers. Just pumps it on the boot towards half back. Coombs, did really well in front of Malone. Malone couldn't work him out of the way. That's a good mark. And they swing it out wide to Lee. Lee in no hurry. We'll just milk a few seconds off the clock and then retreat back to Simpson. He's been good in this second half, Simpson, who goes way across the defensive goal face. Here's Riddle. Geez, this back 6 for Labrador have been fantastic as Riddle finds Foon close to the line out of side. Came Browning.
Well, time ticking away here for the reigning premier. 38 points the margin in favour of the visitors. No one would have seen this coming pre-game. Couple of outs for the Sharks, but it's been all the Tigers. That kick down the line's gone out on the full. It's like, well, I'm not going to kick it to you, Malone. You're going to have to go get it. Play continues. Sharks looking to go back into attack. Found Pell. Pell over the top. Again, mishandled that one as well. Players dive on it. Ball's not going anywhere. Looks like Brown at the bottom of that pack, still trying to get his vision right after that pretty decent contact earlier. Malone just gets the ball out of the ruck. Looking for Hamilton again. But you're right, Jack. This Labrador backline has been absolutely massive this afternoon. They have repelled absolutely everything.
But winners everywhere. As Miller kicks it long, Uglow put a good block on, allowed his man to pick up the footy. Fife, he's got out the back. Will it sit for him? It does. He crosses the 50 and then screws it towards the goals. O'Sullivan got a hand on it to rush it through. Geez, that looked like it was online as well. So O'Sullivan to take the kick in. Labrador, 17-7. They've blemished their copybook a little bit in this last quarter, but they've been so good in front of goal this afternoon. They lead by 39 points. With time ticking down, 25 minutes played. Sharks go forward, inside forward 50. Hamilton one-on-one against Nichols. Well, finally gets a one-on-one and wins it pretty easily. So Matty Hamilton going back for goal number 5.
Well, if anyone's going to kick it, it's going to be Hammer from here. He's been good, pretty low since quarter time.
So in he trots, Matt Hamilton from just inside the 50, makes great purchase with it, but to the left-hand side and another behind. So 4 goals, 6 this afternoon for Matt Hamilton on the day that he brings up his 100 goals. It's the only thing Sharks have to celebrate this afternoon. The rest of the performance has been pretty scratchy. So Robinson, it's the outer side, got a marking target. And they've just been so clinical finding a target out of their back 50. So Uglow ranged a long way up the ground. An underground ball. Hayden made it look good. And now they go back inside the defensive 50. Miller back to Hayden. Up the line to Sullivan. Play on called, not 15. Hambleton came in to lay the tackle. And that's holding the footy. So Hambleton, bring it in. Chips it towards half forward and has a man on. They play on. Here's O'Sullivan. Crosses the arc from just inside 50 to the top of the goal square. Jessen had a fly at it. Hamilton at ground level. Can he screw it around? He's kicked 4 goals, 7 this afternoon. Not today, fellas.
See, they're still interested in the game, Jack, but I tell you, there have been some interesting looks up at the combox here from Shark supporters. They're a bit stunned with this performance this afternoon, but you'd rather have it now than the back end of the year. O'Sullivan's at the bottom of this drop, couldn't take the mark. The Tigers are first onto it. Now it's a foot race. Look at O'Day. Look at the teammates there for the Tigers. It's a 2-on-1. It could be a push in the back. Yes, it is. Who's down there? Manhattan's down there. 8 and 5's down there. 8 and 5 on the lead. Takes the mark. Second grab. And he'll line up for goal number 7. And what more can you say? 8 and 5. Well, I might have to burst the bubble early, Jack. I reckon he's got the 3 votes sewn up whether he kicks his goal or not.
Big call.
He's going to come in from about 48 out. Plenty of air on that ball. Coming back beautifully. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That is how you football. 8 and 5. Goal number 7. And that's just about all she wrote.
And how about the nonchalant celebration? Just put a little arm up towards the crowd on that outer side, sitting on the hill, just saying, yeah, I know I'm pretty good. I'm having a good day. The 43 points.
And this is what the Tigers have
turning into a belting.
This is what the Tigers have been capable of. Their final quarters have been really, really good this season. Unfortunately, those really important quarters, second and third, have been quite off.
Yeah.
Big comparison between the two for most of the year. But again, I mean, you look at the Sharks and go, well, where do we go from here? And the Tigers, well, you can pencil this win as our best win of the season, and this sets up beautifully for the back end of the year, Jack.
Malone and Goldsmith, they win it down. Here's Dylan Smith accelerating out of the middle, takes a bounce, swings it out wide to Hambleton, who now looks in board. Good kick. Couldn't get a mark, but it'll be a free kick. So Malone was doing the crumbing there. So Shepherd with the free kick. He goes into the pocket. And finding some space there is Dylan Smith. So Smith from 45 metres out. Tightish angle. Siren can only be moments away. We've played 29.5 minutes as Dylan Smith goes back over the mark. Hasn't hit the scoreboard this afternoon, but he's been one of the best for the Sharks. Smith comes in. That's a good kick on goal, but it's hit the post. Story of the day for the Sharks. Another behind. It makes it 9-19. 42 points the margin.
Well, to think how well Labrador have played.
Yeah.
I mean, the Sharks have still been in with a chance to actually win this game, would you believe? It's pretty crazy to think about. Malone playing in front. Chapman rode it well. Couldn't find a teammate again, but O'Day at the bottom of the pack. Jumping on landmines this afternoon, O'Day, but he might just miss out on a vote, I reckon. Play continues. Mantan, he might not miss out on a vote today. O'Day again, trying to hack the ball out of there. Can't find a teammate. Goldsmith shuts it down. As the siren goes. And Jack, what more can you say? The Tigers, absolutely brilliant.
Dominant performance. And they keep their finals hopes alive. They improved to 9 wins and 7 losses on the season. And hand Redland-Victoria Point their 5th loss in season 2026. And well, it was a tale of 2 different teams in front of the goals this afternoon. Labrador 18-7, 115. And a lot of those behinds coming late in the match. Redland-Victoria Point 9-19, 73. The only upside for the Sharks, Matt Hamilman kicked goal number 100 in season 2026. But elsewhere, he was inaccurate across the afternoon. Kicked 4 goals, 7. And it was the story of the Sharks' day. They lose at home by 42 points. We played 30.5 minutes in that last quarter. So Kane Browning, it is time for you to deliver the votes.
Oh, well, look, in the end, it wasn't as difficult as I thought it might have been. I've given my 3 votes to 8 and 5. I just thought he was absolutely magnificent in front of goal. And also set up probably a half a dozen others as well in front of goal. I've actually given my 2 votes to William Mantan. I thought his footy IQ at ground level for such a small man, his ability to get in and under, his ability to hit a target up the line, and his ability to sneak a couple of goals as well was brilliant. And number 1 for me, Jaden Young, the backline general down there, took plenty of marks, took intercept marks, set up the play, and was just that brick wall in defence against the likes of Hamilman and Brown. The Sharks way too good.
So Aiden 5, 3 votes. Will Manchenden 2 votes. And Jaden Young with the 1. The goal scorers this afternoon, Aiden 5 kicked 7. Bradley Uglow 4 for the Tigers. A double to Jake Goldsmith and also Will Manchenden, and then singles to Liam O'Day and Lachlan Rook. For the Sharks, Matt Hamilman kicked 4 goals, including his 100th. Cooper Pell with 3, and singles to Tyler Housfield and Joshua Brown. And that'll just about wrap us up at Totally Workwear Park. It's been a ripper afternoon on the Bayside. Kane Browning, thank you for your company.
Thank you very much, Jack.
And thank you for joining us on AFL Queensland YouTube, wherever you are. We've had reports of someone watching in Fiji, so we'd love to hear that. We thank you for your company, and we'll be back for Match of the Round in round 19. Thanks to TPIL Lawyers and our umpire partner, Bradnam's Windows and Doors. Bye for now. Thank you. Thank you, mate.
Well done, my friend. A lot of fun. Well done.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you.
Great. Mate,
Love you, bye.